Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. We're live. Good to see you this Friday. Hope you guys are having fun. I'm gonna hop in Discord. Oh, Ryan's in the internal chat complaining about when we played Stallcraft. There's that Russian radio station that one got demonetized because of that music. Oh man, YouTube's like copyright claim system is just completely borked. It's funny, like watch some of these streams, and when you have like people like asking for advice, it doesn't look like it. I mean, we just don't really have anything planned, and I don't think we really like decided on like a good like group game. You know, Stallcraft kind of got, like I just explained, got DMCA claimed. Ryan got DSCM claimed on it because it has that Russian radio, and I don't know if I don't think people really enjoyed it. So it's like, what do we do? You know, we were done with Valheim, and I don't know if everyone was really like getting into that anyway. So it's like it's hard to find a good game that like everyone can kind of get into and play together. So I'm just gonna do I just gotta do Minecraft, I guess. You know, without like a good idea. I'm hoping let's see, not this weekend or not next week, but the week after, Diablo 2 is gonna have another beta. And that is hopefully we can get people to play that. That would be fun. Play some Diablo 4 together. Only problem is you can only party with 4 people. So, which I mean probably may not be a problem since a lot of people. It seems like, you know, 3 or 4 is what we've been getting lately. But that would be cool to like have a bunch where like everybody could get into it. Yeah, it is. Zomboid was a pretty fun game to just like screw around in, but we kind of ran out of things to do. I'm kind of hoping we'll play it a little bit again when they actually come out with their updates, but that could be a while in the making. How you doing, Zach? Let's see. I need to get some. I'm gonna collect some terracotta today. I finished the design. Like, it's funny. I tweeted out, yeah, I finished my design, and then later I ended up going back into the design and like completely redesigning the colors. Like, I don't know what was wrong. I stayed up to like almost like midnight last night. I just kind of like got into it and just started going with it. It looks better than it did before. And I was happy with it before, but I think it looks even better now. So, I don't know. Hopefully I'll keep it like that and just go with it. But I did change the colors quite a bit. Kind of varied them a little bit. Because it was... When I looked at the actual... Because with Lightmatic, you can actually put in an actual, like... materials list. And I noticed, like, I was, like, having, like... 50,000 of one material, 50,000 of another material, and then the rest was like, you know, 3,000. So I'm like, man, I'm using like one color, these 2 colors, like just too much. So I wanted it a little more varied. I think that's going to make it look better. So anyway, let us get the... Where was my shulker box up here? Let me get some more shulker boxes. I think, yeah. A bunch. Hey, Jico, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. We are here in the MineOSphere. I need to put away some of the stuff I got. All my goodies from my adventure in the deep dark. Pork chops. Need to clear out this thing too. What should I get rid of though? Probably this. And the obsidian. Elytra, I should put in my armor chest. Do I have one for two? Tools. I'll just put the lambrate. Put the tridents in the tool box. We just gotta organize this stuff here. Need to organize my ender chest. Always a very important thing to have here. I don't. That. Elytra, I'll put in the armor slot with my other stuff. It's a Minecraft day as far as I know, unless someone wants to figure something else out. Or one of the other T-Rexes has a better suggestion. I'm just going to go with that in this time slot. We didn't really discuss it at all, which, you know, I've been busy all week. I ended up getting sick on Monday. So I had to catch up on work for most of the day. So I'm kind of like, my mind's just been on that. Let's see, just got back to my home sofa from a work trip. Almost 2,000 kilometers behind me in a week. Damn. Guess it's okay to crash. We ordered in some pizza. Don't tell Jack. I won't. Your secret's safe with me. I think, you know, sometimes you just got to take that breather. That's a lot of driving, man. Driving can really take a toll on you. I haven't enjoyed it. I mean, I do some driving for like my work, but that's not as bad because I'm constantly stopping. It's like I only drive for maybe like 10, 15 minutes at a time. So it's like boop, stop, and then, you know, I get out and I walk. So it's a lot less taxing. I want to clear more inventory space here too. I think I'll need the bucket or the axe many times. I put the Eye of Ender in case I need to make another Ender chest. I'll take the spyglass out. I never use that. We need the inventory. I do not miss daily commute to cities. Yeah, commutes suck. I unfortunately have to do that every day. It's like a 40-minute drive to get to my work. What's the pizza? My personal favorite right now is barbecue chicken. Dragonlance, is that like a fantasy fictional novel? Monsters nearby. What the hell are you talking about? There's literally no... Like, Jack will be cursing in French. You guys. Man. I almost hesitate to bring it up, but the Crowder thing is going to be interesting. It'll be very interesting to see how it plays out. As you always got the conservative type aside, like, oh, we gotta save marriage, we gotta respect marriage, bring marriage back. We'll be the first ones, like the second a guy tries to show some authority over his wife. This is terrible. He's a monster. My God. Crowder is a conservative, like, talking head, similar to Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, that kind of thing. He did kind of get in a scuffle with Daily Wire over some contract dispute. And he is going through a divorce right now. And there was recently a Ring Porch video that I guess his wife's lawyers or somebody put out of him having an argument with his wife where he's telling her, like, you know, she needs to walk the dogs. If she wants to go out, he needs to walk the dogs first. Put on the gloves and walk the dogs. Like, show me some respect. That kind of stuff. And it's like, oh, man. It's kind of cringy because, like, he's he's trying to like rationalize with his wife the same way he would like somebody like on his show, you know? He's doing the whole like logical argument thing. And like this is obviously, hey Deborah, how's it going? This is obviously signs of abuse. Being abused. And it's all gonna be pretty funny. Of course, Candace Owens already put out a video calling him a monster. Like, we need to condemn this. We must condemn. Exactly. Oh yeah, exactly, dearie. Yeah. You must do this to get this stuff that like. Oh, I need a beacon. I need my beacon if I'm gonna collect terracotta. We gotta do it the quick way, not the slow way. So I must borrow a beacon. It's all gonna be funny. It's gonna be interesting to see. Like, it'll be like a perfect example of people that like talk about marriage and like the actuality of marriage, kind of like meeting in a really visceral reality here. Man, no one. The thing, like, for all people like talk about, like, you know, roles of men and women. The question that will not be asked is like, why isn't she listening to her husband? It's gonna be like, no, this is terrible. This is abuse. Look out. We gotta condemn this. My God. Which, I mean, like, I don't really have a side in it. I don't really care, but. Force briefly. Depends on who you ask. Pineapple pizza, baby. I like pineapple pizza. I don't know why people have such a divisive opinion on pineapple pizza. Pineapple and ham is a nice combination. Change my mind. Change my mind here. Exactly. It just kind of shows exactly what the score is. So I think I'll take this one right here. Get our lovely beacon.
Test. You hear me all right?
Hey, I do. How's it going?
Oh, dude, I lost all of the audio from our little adventure.
No.
I was just clipping the entire time. Did it sound good on your end?
Yeah, it seemed to sound okay. Like, I could try and send you an audio file if you want it.
Oh, no. I got a plan. Around it. I'll just narrate over it, but I just wanted to make sure I wasn't killing the audio on these things.
It's like MacGyver on the...
So why in the heck was my audio all messed?
Windows update, probably.
Oh, dude.
Hey, stealth update you to 11 and then nothing works, right?
I have no words. I have no words for Bill.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, pineapple pizza, though, the Hawaiian pizza was an invention in Canada.
Really?
Yeah, Calgary. It was a restaurant in Calgary that started it.
Nice. I mean, it's a good combination, in my opinion.
I think people misunderstand like how good pork is with fruit.
Yeah, exactly.
Pork chops and applesauce,
sweet
blueberries.
And savory, man. That's
exactly.
Delicious.
Maybe it's the American palate. There's not enough salt and sugar on this.
I know, exactly. We put ham and brown sugar. We liked our honey baked ham, but apparently pineapple pizza. I don't know.
I think a lot of people just say that.
Yeah.
It's like the popular, like hating on Elon. It's just what all the cool kids are doing.
It's a meme, so it's like,
Yeah.
Gotta hate pineapple.
It's like girls being gluten intolerant. Like the proximity to somebody else that can see you eating is the amount of gluten intolerance you have.
It's always like, yeah, I'm allergic to gluten, and like they're chubby. Like, sure you are.
All right, so let me get this thing started.
Never trust a fat vegan.
Period.
Yeah.
Don't trust fat people.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh! Did you see that meme about the whatever podcast?
Oh God, yes, that chick.
Yeah. Thanks for showing up, Cindy, Mindy, Sarah, Grimlock the Destroyer.
Yeah.
Oh, these guys make me laugh.
The final boss has arrived here.
Yeah.
Oh, it is so sad to see that. Like, how do these people have no shame?
I would be more confused if I didn't see them do the same thing on Jerry Springer for like the last 30 years. Yeah, I hear he passed on.
Rest in peace, Jerry.
I wonder if at his eulogy somebody threw a chair at his stepsister.
Yeah, exactly. You are not. What was it? Maury that did "You Are Not the Father" or Jerry?
Yeah, Maury was "You're Not the Father." Jerry was just like, fight it out. He basically took Geraldo Rivera's gimmick and we add more violence to it.
Oh yeah. I saw somebody make some moronic take like Jerry was the one that pioneered this trash stuff that kind of led us down this path to crappy TV. Like, sure thing. I think it was that Ian, one of those right-wing grifter types. I think it was that.
Yeah. So he's the harbinger of the apocalypse now that Obama's out of office.
Exactly. Like he brought about this like it wouldn't have been like 5 other people that would have done that too.
I don't get these people, man. I don't know. I watched my 60 seconds of the Gary debate. And I was done.
11. Elon Musk was born on the 28th, so he's a billionaire. Or Obama's like the most powerful secret Illuminati power thing. I'm like,
dude,
okay. I tried to give it.
I didn't hear him say a single number. I didn't even hear that. I just heard these effing liberals and their Obama 3 steps ahead. I'm like, oh, he's doing the 4D chess thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh dear.
I tried to give it a fair shot. I'm just like, no, this is just a little too stupid for my brain to handle.
And the worst part is he's got like, I would kill for that kind of confidence. Yeah. Tate would kill for that kind of confidence. Man was like as certain as anybody could be about anything.
The signs are there. It's all there, man.
And then I went to the chat. They weren't even bothering with the 3 parentheses.
Yeah.
It was just straight on talking about the juice. Yeah. They don't mean OJ.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he made sure to say he was a Jew.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm a Jew, so
that's the new I have a black friend, is it?
Yeah. Like, I am Jewish, so it's okay that I say this stuff,
I wonder if remember hearing a story back in the day where 23andMe was putting 1% African and 1% Jewish in everybody's thing to piss off racists, and I wonder if everybody's just rolling with it now.
Listen,
like, I got the Elizabeth Warren level, I'm good.
Yeah, probably more than that, to be honest. Like, look, I can speak definitively on this stuff.
Yeah. I just felt bad for Rollo. I just texted him after. I'm like, congratulations for not being turned into a skin suit, sir.
Yeah.
He slept in the next morning. I'm like, yeah, I could see that taking a toll.
Yeah, mental toll. Hey, he asked for it. He said come, and he called him on it. Come down to Vegas? Well, hey, he did.
Yeah, he actually showed up to the boxing match. What the heck? All right, guess we're throwing down. Oh, man, you got me all inspired with your giant turtle. I'm not going to lie. And that 160,000? Or was it a 1.6 million?
130,000. I mean, like, the blocks I cleared were like 2 million, but the actual like blocks that are going to be the exterior I haven't even tried design the interior yet.
And so like you still have to collect a whole bunch of turtle nonsense now, right?
Yeah, a whole lot of materials.
I mean, I guess the good thing is if you need moss blocks or you need a lot of bone meal, you're at least set up there.
I definitely will need bone meal. And probably some moss blocks too.
Oh, dude, yeah. So then the machine's just right next door. It should be pretty easy to start. I think I even have signs for it. The thing cranks it out like a double chest every couple minutes kind of thing.
I also think I'll need
bone meal of the moss blocks. You'll get it instantly.
Yeah, because I'll need dye too for dyeing some terracotta.
Oh yeah. That's why you got to build everything out of gray bricks.
Gray bricks.
Not colorful, but dang it works.
Remember that time you fell into lava? Or are you talking to Ryan or me?
He's probably bringing up that time I made the ice highway, but I forgot to put a capper at the end and just flew off the end.
That was a pretty funny. Not gonna lie.
And they had so much lava resistance, I had like enough time to sit there and like ponder.
Yeah.
Ow.
Ponder your death.
Ooh.
Well, there goes all my stuff. Kind of stuck.
Oh, that's weird. What is? Oh, there we go. Had a bit of a hiccup on the start. Monsters? I don't care.
Triceratops. I really like the barbecue chicken pieces. That's what I've been into lately. Kind of a strange combination, but it works.
Uh-oh. I saw an Ivan Throne tweet this morning. He left a nasty comment to let him know Ryan still has shooters out here.
Ivan Throne. Oh, that's a ninja dude, right?
Yeah, I haven't heard about or of him in like 3 years.
He's the one that got kicked out of the 2001 convention for being too crazy?
Yeah. Something about some kind of like celibate revolution or something like that. I don't even know. It feels like such a long time ago. It's like asking somebody about their abusive stepfather when the guy's in his 60s now. It's nice though that I still leave such a good impression on people.
I know.
It's like, this creeper!
Son of a bitch. I saw that one lady going crazy in your comments, man.
Dude, I don't even know who that is. If you guys wouldn't have told me, I'd have never known.
I found it pretty funny when they go that hard. Damn you, white person.
From the start too, it's like if I knew her and like, oh, I remember, posting some nonsense towards her before, I could see why you're mad, but that one is like, who? Why? I don't get it.
Best of the internet.
But that's fine. And to make it into an ad, same as everything.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna read your crappy writing. I'm like, hey, read the book that everybody's talking about. All right. So now that I got this gigantic turtle to compete with, I have to actually go hard on this base.
Absolutely.
Because somebody has to show off his world eater. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Always happy
to
set
can't
the
get
standard.
Marty in here asking how do I use a pickaxe or something.
Yeah. He tried to play for a little while, but
yeah, well,
didn't work.
I guess he can't handle much harder than Minesweeper or Among Us.
Did he actually play Among Us?
Every now and then. It's that stupid stream or Steam thing where it tells you like, hey, your friend's playing this.
Ah.
Which I hated. I had to turn that off because like every time I'm on, like you guys are on the Discord and you go here like, turn Tekken off, get back to work. Or like, I'm gonna stop writing, and then Dante noticed Scrivener's been open for like 3 straight days, sir. You really don't know how to take breaks, do you?
Judge, yeah, exactly. Don't judge me. I always found it hilarious when like people are like trying to play like hentai games on Steam and like it's telling everybody in their friend group that they're playing. It's like, okay, that's
oh dear.
I don't need to know that. Like Doki Doki Sister Club. I didn't need to know you're into that. All right.
Wait, which is the one that it starts as a dating sim, but it gets all weird at the end? Was that the Doki Doki one?
I don't have enough knowledge on this. Only a cursory.
It might be that one. I just remember the Deaf Ninja was real. I thought it was just a meme. No, these are real people, Zach. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like somebody's like, you got to play it, and it's like a dating sim. But then as you play it, there's like some crazed devil stuff in there. At one point, you have to like go into your like actual hard drive on your computer and change some file names and stuff. And
oh, that actually sounds like an interesting concept.
yeah, it's kind of like what was that one, Catherine, where it looks like it's a dating sim, but it's actually kind of fun.
It's like a gateway into like some weirder stuff. Like, huh?
Yeah, I find it's one of those things that the satirical takes are better than the actual thing. So how did I do this? I remember that. Okay, so we are gonna go and show Dave how to build a base.
All right.
Show off his stupid giant turtle. Stupid world eater. Man with magical redstone skills will teach you a lesson in respect.
All right. Collecting. Although, don't worry, I gotta collect like 100,000 blocks, so I'll be.
What kind of blocks do you need for it?
I definitely need some terracotta. I'm actually gonna use some obsidian in it.
Oh, jeez, you are going hard.
Yeah, well, like originally I was gonna use deep slate, but then like I just it's a little too gray, and I was using too much of it, so like I ended up trying like obsidian and crying obsidian, and then like trying to make it more of a gradient. I'm also gonna use like a bunch of gravel for concrete. I'm probably gonna have to use.
Well, if you see any at the what the hell's that stupid thing called? That Imperium base, the world spawn base I made. If you find anything there, feel free to use it.
Oh, right on.
Ideally, what I was trying to do is before the 1.20 drop to get all my blocks done and then kind of have like a start from scratch moment. Yeah. It's not really playing out though.
I have no idea like how long they're gonna take to release 1.20 because they seem to like keep adding like small things to it.
Oh, it's just good, dude. I was terrified that it's like that happened 2 months ago. I'm like, what?
Yeah. No, it's like it's supposed to like release the early part of this year, but it never materialized.
Huh.
It just seems like they wanted to keep adding stuff to it.
Well, it buys me some time to actually finish the stupid base.
Like their archaeology.
What the heck am I doing now? Oh, I see.
Kind of want to play the dating simulator that did your taxes. There's a dating sim that does your taxes.
What? All right, maybe I've judged the whole genre wrong. Oh, King Rob 555 $11 super chats. Thank you, darling. Thank you, darling. 11 heartfelt, so you boob can get 1 and you get the other 10. Aw, thank you kindly, sir. It's stuff like that that really makes me appreciate you guys. Twitter makes me very jaded, but you bring me back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got
criminally underrated.
Not entirely sure how I built this, but I'm going to try and make do. Figure the least I can do for you guys is make sure you have something nice and aesthetic to look at. But I'm not the best at remembering. Yeah, I don't know if you were on the last stream, but I was talking about how I seem to use Lightmatica completely differently than you. Like you build a thing, a structure, and you put it together like a fine Swiss watch, and I kind of like grab it and then change my mind at the last minute, then just redo all the blocks. It's like a sketch pad for me.
Yeah, instead of like a blueprint, yeah, exactly. Instead of a blueprint, it's a sketch pad.
What the hell
General
is this?
outline. Guess there's no right or wrong way to use it, though.
Well, I'm pretty sure mine's fairly wrong. If there was a wrong, it's this one. Just wasting time.
I say, sometimes you need to like work it. I find, at least with me, sometimes I need to like kind of work it out. You can just like a concrete space and then it comes together in my mind.
Okay, so if I can do like a... I guess, yeah, for the guys watching. So what I'm doing now is I see how I have it set up. There was like the outer courtyard walls, which I have. And then there was going to be an inner one that's a lot larger. And that's kind of, and then I have to put a roof that kind of connects the two. Because the Hive City is like a favela meets Kowloon Walled City meets Knights of the Round, as best I can tell. We have a Warhammer expert on the panel right now, so you'd have to ask him. But actually, that is kind of how they work, right? I've only ever been able to find like 5 low-quality pictures of Hive cities.
Yeah, I mean, from what like I've seen, yeah, they're kind of like this sort of like techno sprawl, like post-apocalypse. It kind of, well, I guess it all depends on the place, but it's almost like kind of like, you know, almost Final Fantasy's type of 7, where like you have like this undercity that's kind of like a slum, but like as it grows up towards the sky, you know, each spire. These big spires that it has, you know, they have like the the aristocracy and like the upper crust.
All right, that's good then. That means I can learn. I'm paying attention. I didn't want to have to start reading 15 novels.
Yeah.
You want to learn a little bit Warhammer? Here's your first 7 books. Like, damn it.
I enjoy like there's like some nice like lore like YouTube, like so when I'm working I just kind of put them on and kind of listen to them.
The one British guy. I've been binging his stuff.
Is that Luton or is it somebody else?
What the hell was his name? I wish I could remember. I just recognize it from the thumbnails. I know he has one series where it's like why you want to play as the one group or the other group. Oh no, wait, that's the American guy. The British one is the one that always starts with that some like epic medieval kind of cringy quote from the Imperator says blah 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 forsooth.
That might be
and
it.
I'm like, oh, okay.
So I think that's kind of like a popular thing to do in the. I noticed like depending on the genre, like there'll usually be like it seems like people kind of like do the same thing. I don't know if that's they're copying or just kind of ends up being the just sort of the popular way to go about it.
No, it's probably a little bit of both. I mean, heck, I'm in a bit of a niche myself that has a bunch of people that are just kicking chicks off a podcast.
No. Like,
if the formula works, steal it.
Mm-hmm. I guess that is the way to go about it.
Yeah. Okay, so as best I can tell. Well, at least the good thing I could say about this one, boys, is when you get here, it's definitely not going to be symmetric.
Oh, thanks, John. Wants to drop the tax link on Discord so I can check it out. I did already do my taxes. I guess it already is past time in America to get your stuff done.
Okay. Oh, here it is. Captain was really cool, from the same people who made Persona games. Have I tried Elden Ring? I have not. I was never gotten into the whole what do you even call those genres?
The Souls genre.
I hate my life games.
The Souls genre.
The Souls genre. Yeah, I've never done a Souls thing. Never done Assassin's Creed. You know what they are to me? All those types of games, they remind me of when you would go to buy a Nintendo game and the side-scroller action film games were all in a bundle in a bin somewhere. Mm. I just call these like the 3D bin games.
Oh yeah, I mean, Assassin's Creed is definitely like, I think the Souls games are slightly different than the Assassin's Creed type.
Hope so.
Like collectathons, like there's 10 mission types that just repeat over and over again as you play the game. Like Spider-Man is big on that, and Assassin's Creed. There's a lot of like those AAA games that do that.
Oh, there was a was it a Batman that was like that too?
Oh yeah, Arkham Asylum, I think is what it's called.
That's the one.
Where it's like, it's like where all the combat's like you just hitting the counter button at the right time and doing something.
Yeah, I don't get them. I don't.
Yeah, it's once you play like
then again,
one, it feels like you played all of them.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, it does. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like a theme park. But I think it was because I like hit my stride right around the time where the roguelikes were big. So like Binding of Isaac, Minecraft, Terraria.
Yeah. Those are a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that Zelda game.
There's a new Zelda game?
Yeah, it's gonna be coming out pretty soon. That's like a sequel to an actual sequel to Breath of the Wild.
Oh, why am I paused? I always forget to turn on the damn thing. Now I've lost a 0.7 seconds of footage. Oh, don't. There we go.
The time lapse is ruined.
It's ruined. How else am I going to play 30 seconds of vaporwave music now?
Yeah. I think those always like make kind of like a nice cut.
Yeah. You know what I always thought about? Remember in like Seinfeld and the old sitcoms where there'd always be a change of scenery and then you show like the back of Seinfeld's apartment, play the little. I always think of them as that.
A little tune, yeah, like the doom.
Yeah.
Now you got me thinking of that stupid AI generated one.
Dude, that one was
It was.
Out of all the things, AI getting canceled for racism or transgender hate or whatever was not on my 2020 bingo
Or like
card.
the most mild, like not even really transgender hate too. It's like I made a joke about trans, but nobody laughed. Like okay, like canceled. How dare you?
There was a Reddit post that had something like that too. Did you see that one where somebody he was cheering it on where he was like, he was just noticing that you can't even broach the subject.
Yeah.
And then they banned him and removed the post.
Yeah, exactly. Matt Walsh's thing. Yeah, he was mentioning how Matt Walsh is the only like thing on a site that you can't leave a review for. I think the problem is like he started deering in front of it, like, I'm not transphobic, but.
Oh yeah, it's always with the but.
I'm not transphobic though, but I noticed this. So like.
Oh, Matt. You lovable piece of like content, you.
Exactly. Just keeps on.
May you
giving.
never gain an ounce of shame or dignity, sir.
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting to see the Daily Wire fallout. What sides against Civil War? Who will take sides?
Oh yeah, that's the other new thing, boys. If you haven't seen it, they released a video of Crowder pulling his fresh and fit game on his wife, and it went just as well as you expected. Everybody was talking about, oh yeah, I don't know if you saw this, but everybody's talking about, oh, there's a new video like exposing his abuse, and I look at it, it's literally like, I could picture him on the White Claw Power Hour, and I'm like, exactly. Oh, I think it would have been better if there was actual abuse on this one. I think she could respect him more at least.
Exactly. Like,
yeah, I don't love him anymore, but at least he's got a mean right cross and a good temper.
At least he doesn't try to convince me that he.
But yeah, I think at one point he was talking about like gender, like he was talking as if he was tweeting it.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest part.
Yeah. It'll be funny for everyone that talks about like authority and male authority, like.
Oh, they're without an ounce of shame. They've already jumped on the longhouse on that one.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how dare he, like, not let her do something because she didn't do some work?
Yeah. She's pregnant. She shouldn't have to move. It's like this weird soft Shiara law where it's like, yeah, women in Iraq don't drive. Well, women here, we do it, and they're supposed to like it. That's the difference. It's like, oh, okay.
Taken away is her freedom. How dare you? Not supposed to be strings attached.
But hey, it's good. Okay, yeah, so you see that corner there, boys? That's what I'm aiming for here. Because this thing has like no color in it. No color, and I want to spruce it up at least a little bit. I mean, good for me, I guess. It's gonna drive some new people to my side. I'll get another guy like Red Hawk.
Right on, yeah.
Ooh, I like that guy. I really do.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Tanner Guzzi in a way. Not in that he's Mormon, because he's not. It's just in that sense that he, like, Brad is a conscious choice, but he's not naive about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, just owning his life. When was the last time you saw that on Twitter? Somebody who just decided to pick a point of life and didn't need validation for it.
I mean, you'll definitely see that now. It's like 20 years ago, or like, you know, or in the 50s, you know, a guy telling his wife, you know, you can't go out unless you get this done. No one would have bat an eye out.
Yeah.
And I had that.
Well, do you ever watch the Hogan thing where Macho Man Randy Savage, like Hogan was talking about Macho Man?
Oh yeah. Where like he locked
Dude,
her in a room.
Yeah, he's like, I'm on the road for 5 days. There's 5 TV dinners in the microwave. Don't leave the house. Oh yeah. And it was like Hogan doing it as a macho reference. Oh, it was so funny. Yeah, so I didn't know that Macho Man was like extremely the jealous type.
Very paranoid, apparently.
Yeah, if she talked to other wrestlers, he was having none of that. So, 1, 2, 3. Start it here. But yeah, the cocaine era of wrestlers, I don't know. I just enjoyed it more.
Exactly.
When you hear about the hijinks they pulled off. Although, what's his face? Damn it! Why Razor Ramon? Why couldn't it? Scott Hall?
Yep.
Scott Hall kind of made it sad.
Exactly. I mean, that's the end of that. Unfortunately, the logical conclusion to where too much cocaine leads you to. But that only works while you're on top. I was really seeing that. What I forget, was like 20 for 20 or something.
Which is this?
They did like a 20 for 20 on Scott Hall, I believe. That's right. You can see the video of like, let's show the video of him, you know, at that one event where he's just out of his mind, like walking around. It was really sad to see like a guy that.
Oh, I remember the one. Yeah, it was at the Hall of Fame or something like that. Anyway,
where
still point at.
Like
good. Ooh. 81.
Yeah, creeper sneaking up on me. Like you think the guy's like invincible. Like watching him as a kid, like it's still like I still like had that sort of you know, like view of him.
Yeah, I'm with you. I kind of didn't want to know.
And then like you see the guy, it's just like completely out of his mind, like zonked out, and like just looks like a complete junkie. It's like, man, This is terrible. It's like seeing, like when you realize your dad's not like
You're not cool,
like a mortal person.
Or that new Andrew Tate video photo that's floating around.
I've been poisoned. I also love the fact that he said he had lung cancer and like he's still smoking a cigar in every single one of his like videos you see. I'm like, like what is?
Oh, dude.
How does this make sense?
Nothing makes sense, and if it wasn't for the fact that I've been through like a weaponized legal system, I would probably be poking more fun out of it. But now I kind of have some sympathy for him now.
Like, use whatever you can.
Yeah. Come on, man, get on there.
Yeah, we'll see the weaponized legal system. Will be on full display.
There we go.
Lies. You have sympathy for no one.
Well, no. Well, doesn't mean I'm going to change my behavior for it, but you can still feel bad.
Who are we feeling bad for?
Who am I not feeling bad for? I've kind of got this schizo response for people that I have to engage with for work. And it's like, there's the two types. There's like the Tate Radfem Hitler, and then there's like statistic bros right now. Like for the, I don't know if you know who Radfem Hitler was, but she was the one that I did like an old Spaces interview with before. And she hated me because I suggested coffee dates. She's like, "You're really offending me right now." And I'm like, "Okay."
Is that one you made a commercial out of that one of her?
No, I haven't made a commercial out of that one, but I guess somebody doxed her. And there's like nothing wrong with her. She's pretty, she's thin. But I guess she doesn't have custody of her kids after the divorce, which is weird because she's like under 30. And usually when a girl doesn't get custody, that kind of means there's something wrong.
Yeah,
like really wrong.
Alcoholic.
Drug use, that kind of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and so all the guys are like dunking on her, and I'm just kind of like, I don't want to. I like banned her, blocked her from my stuff, not because I don't want to see her, but like I don't want her to see me. It's like for her own sake. And I'm kind of putting Tate there, but then the guys are like, this is like what grad students bitch about with these statistics. Those guys, I have no patience.
I know.
Man.
I see you bringing out the old goatsy for him.
Yeah. It might be a bad idea, but I made a choice and I'm going to follow through. So if you guys don't know in the chat, if you're ever on YouTube, or Twitter, and you see me arguing with somebody or having like a discussion with somebody and they start pulling out like statistics and getting a little bit aggressive for no reason, I usually just follow up with a chart, and the chart's just a picture of goatsy. And then I just block them after I check the view count to make sure they've read it.
What's goatsy?
Oh. Don't ask. Don't look it up. Don't want to know.
Oh.
It's just better. You can't go back.
In the better time of the internet, it was the Rick roll, where you just you'd hide a link into or you nest a link in something like, hey, check this cool thing out, and then you send it to your friends, and then your friends would be like, fuck you. They'd usually laugh. It was actually an important way to teach people not to click on suspicious links.
Yeah, it's the best phishing campaign you've ever had in your life.
Exactly. Special security that actually worked because there's real pain behind it. Like, I can't unsee this ever again.
Nope. And the worst part is, I don't think the original one exists. The one I have, somebody turned it into like a Van Gogh impressionist painting.
I thought they took the original site down.
Probably. Out of all the photos for the internet to lose, it had to be goatsy.
Part of the culture died that day.
But the funny thing is, so I'm noticing half the time people get really mad, but the other half people just like they're so in the Gary numbers guy mode that they don't even recognize that a conversation's being had, and they just, it's my turn to rant.
Yeah. Just go.
Yeah. Exactly, and go. Anyways, I hope you guys find it entertaining because I can't stand it.
I couldn't watch that for any length of time.
There's if you mute me, I'd understand. I'll put it that way.
If the numbers thing. Oh, you mean the goatsy stuff like it? Yeah, I love how it perfectly on my computer it perfectly crops it out. It's like you only see the side of the leg.
Oh, perfect, perfect.
So I'm like, you have to click on it to see it.
And you already know, like you just know as soon as you see a hand with a ring on it, you're like, nope.
Exactly. Yep. I recognize that leg. It's been burned into my mind. It's like Lost, where like you can like have like some like really abstract like version of it, but you still recognize it. Like, yep.
Oh yeah,
I recognize that shape.
You could put a circle and two squares together with a. You're like, I know that one.
Yep, that's there.
Exactly, King Rob. It's like Meat Spin. Meat Spin, Blue Waffles, Two Girls, One Cup, all that stuff. Yeah. Actually, if you want to, Marty, I could describe it to you very generally.
It's okay. I've been gone for like 5 minutes. I don't know if y'all realize that, but I mean, y'all started describing it, and then I'm just now coming back, so I feel bad.
That's fine. It was better than the last time you started talking with a client or a customer or whatever.
Oh yeah, somebody said that like later in the chat, or it was like later during like Jack's chat. I think like Alpha Sloth was like, "Yeah, you were great, man." And like even when you were like a hot mic, and I was like, "What is he talking about?" And then it clicked. I was like, "Dang!" I was like, I forgot to mute myself.
That's fine. At least you didn't say something. Yeah, let me repeat your credit card number back to you. That would have been awkward.
Oh goodness, yeah.
You talking to Febreze?
Oh, dude, Febreze. I don't know, man. God, what kills me? Okay, I'm just throwing myself under the bus. Everybody jokes around and says that he's like my bastard child because we have the same color hair, and he had a beard to begin with, and it's the same color.
Oh, nice.
So everybody's thinking I've got a retarded child now.
He's using.
And then like he doesn't help either because he came in and he's like talking to the other guy like next door, and he's like, Marty's buying me a vehicle, and it was like, and which he was saying roundabout because I'm paying him like a check.
Yeah.
And then like no, it's like, yeah, like and it's like, oh, that's good. Your dad's buying you a vehicle.
I can imagine you going rude and being like, "Don't ever." Get that speech going. Everybody looks all awkward for a minute there. I was overly aggressive.
Damn it. But AvidTuber has this theory that he's really a genius. That it's kind of like a Homer Simpson moment, like if when he pulls the pencil out and he's a genius or whatever.
Oh so yeah.
If he stops spraying himself with Febreze, like he'll turn into Einstein.
He doesn't want to curse himself with the high IQ. Just kills
you know the worst part with the Febreze thing, by the way, Marty?
Yeah.
Is that Axe is cheaper. So he's actually spending more money to wear Febreze than he is for Axe body spray.
Does Febreze have a better like top layer or mid layer?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, there's no heart to Febreze. No botanical oils.
Actually,
it's
cheaper for him because he just grabs my Febreze here. I think like he paid for it. Bastard. You know how much Febreze cost me?
19. I have to quickly do a circle calculation. Yeah, I don't know. It's the weirdest thing is I'm finding, like, speaking of like all this goofiness on the internet, is that everybody is terrified about being doxxed. Nobody cares when somebody gets doxxed.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mish got doxxed. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody was like, "Oh, I'm gonna harass him now." Everybody's just kind of like, that's pretty funny. Always assuming, oh, somebody else will harass him. It'll still be good. It'll be good.
Oh, God, Misha's dox is the most hilarious thing ever. Like, I don't think I ever saw it, but I know there were, or no, I didn't see the pictures. I guess part of it was deleted, but I saw the comments. Like girls were talking about, oh yeah, look great, look nice. It's like when you dox somebody, you expect like, oh, that fat piece of shit.
Yeah.
And like Misha's just like, oh man, I'd go out with him. Yeah.
Damn it.
Thanks, man. And the funny thing is, he has way more attractive stuff like that. Like Chatty's shown me like him hobnobbing with celebrities, bartending for like entrepreneurs and stuff just for fun. Like, you ever been at a party and you just decide one day, like, I'll be the bartender tonight, heck with it.
Oh yeah, man, Misha's awesome. I think I think all of us, in the T-Rex, we've seen some pretty cool receipts.
Yeah, well, he's having his turn now. And to be fair, I mean, I don't know how much of a situation everybody knows about, but yeah, he went through the same thing as everybody else, tried to fix things. It didn't work, so he's like, all right, I'm on my own. And he showed exactly why. Dude, the divorce is not the worst thing in the world. In fact, it's pretty awesome.
Tried to convince her to walk the dogs.
Yeah. Was that all that it was over? I thought they were talking about grocery shopping or something.
I think at some point he said, like, put on the gloves and walk the dogs.
Yeah, like, what was the gloves talking about? Just like picking up the dog shit, or what was that?
Maybe. It's like,
I don't know. I was trying to figure that out too.
You respected me. You do what I tell you to.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I only watch like 10, 20 seconds of this stuff and then make a snap decision that's usually right because everybody's so derivative. But all I pictured on that one is like, just hand her a White Claw, bro. Just hand her a White Claw.
He was
holding you accountable. I think he did say that at one point, didn't he, about holding her accountable?
Maybe.
Oh, it was the respect and
yeah,
and
that's
the
the one.
different. It was a little autistic. It's like, you know, I don't know, like you're her drill sergeant or something. It's like, dude, there's better ways to handle it, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Hey, if you buy into the whole like gender role, like traditional, like, hey, she's your wife, you should
yeah, you're my slave, bitch.
you should fall in line.
I would laugh if he's like pointing to an ebook, like, look, it's right here.
Point to the Bible, it's right here.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
What?
Points to praxeology volume 1. Look, right there.
Oh, dude, part of me would be like, oh, great, no publicity is bad publicity, but some of me would be like, I really don't want to test that.
The fact that she
that's
said
cutting it close.
the fact that she said abuse, or like tried to bring it up and then like he got really mad, like makes me wonder, did she know about the ring porch thing?
Oh yeah.
What thing?
That
Of course, the
that
camera?
the porch camera was recording.
Oh, of course.
Oh, she had to. Of course, yeah.
You can tell when people are acting like it's when they have that TikTok arms going. You know they know.
It's like an Amaranth type of moment. Like, he knows what's up.
And she kept trying to act like she was such an angel. Like she's like, "Oh, I love you." Like she kept telling him, "Like I love you," like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And,
I just want to be the greatest wife ever and sit here and bake cookies. Please don't do this. What? I just said walk the dog. Please don't hit me again. What?
Ow! Why did you do that? Like Fight Club moment, start hitting herself.
Oh yeah, just slightly out, like an inch or two off of the stuff. The camera angle.
Oh, that's the best video ever. Like, do you see the video where that like hot blonde wife, like she beats herself up in a bed, like just flipping out, and she doesn't realize that the camera's in there. It's a hidden camera, and like her millionaire husband like has it all on video.
Oh yeah, that Exorcist flopping she's doing. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Oh, dude.
I didn't see that.
Oh, you gotta pull it up. It's great, man.
It is pretty good. It literally looks like The Exorcist.
It does. That's funny. I never thought about that.
All she was missing is the throwing up and the threatening to suck the priest dick. That's the only thing missing.
Oh man.
It's good though. The Longhouse needs to see this stuff. Hey, here you go. Here goes what can happen. Not to me. Oh, probably not. But you know, maybe lay off me while I'm trying to help these dudes out.
No.
Yeah. What's killing me though is I guess whatever the TradCon bros or whatever, like, I mean, are they all gonna like white knight her now? Like I've heard, a lot of them are like, it's like, oh, it's abuse. You're so abusive. Dude, I'm like, you never gotten in an argument with a girl?
Like, they not only will you be red pilled on this, but you're gonna see he is gonna be thrown under the bus harder than Jack Murphy. Just watch. Just watch. He'd have been better off giving her a pile driver.
Oh yeah.
Like real abuse. At least then they could respect the violence. All right, well, at least it was entertaining. It was a pretty good right cross, and she got a couple licks in. No, man, this is not financial advice, but yeah, he'd have been better off.
He should have just done the Hulk Hogan leg drop and then done a whoo and been done with it.
Candace Owens already released a video saying Crowder's a monster, changed my mind. So.
Yeah, I saw that one too, and like,
how? I mean, it was just dumb argument, but I mean, it wasn't anything abuse, nothing like monster.
Abuse has nothing to do with it at this point. The clout has the clout monster's taken over. In the military, we called it the green machine. It's like once the system gets you in its claws, there's like, doesn't matter how good a person you are, doesn't matter how bad you're treated, the policy just runs rampant.
But don't worry, marriage is still great.
Arguments.
Still great. Everything's good.
Yeah.
God, dude, man, we got into it good a while back. Like, I don't know, can you have more than
you
one
and me?
main event? No, me and the whammon.
Oh,
God, dude, and then it was like 3 days in a row of like just freaking hot, crazy, sex or whatever. But yeah, like, but she just lost her mind halfway, and just it's all the about me, and this and your. Well, I ain't gonna go into personal stuff, but it's the normal.
yeah, I get the thing. Usually, though, it's not a main event. Like, main events are kind of a one-time thing.
Yeah, like I've had one, and then that was like enough. That was kind of just crazy, and then all the crying, and then.
Yeah, but generally, like, there's always times where you're just gonna have like general emotional roller coaster stuff, or like I can't believe I'm talking red pill. This is supposed to be the wholesome channel, Marty. The type 3 captain, where it's like generally speaking a good guy, but like a very anxious, avoidant type wife. Then you get the roller coaster stuff. The whole reason manufactured outrage exists is for guys who consistently get that kind of nonsense, so they can kind of be a little more proactive on it.
Yeah, it's just like every few years she just needs like this major surge of like drama, like to feed her. It's like a monster. Like,
oh yeah, it's like the Olympics
for a while.
every 4 years.
Oh yeah, dude, you're not joking. It's my own special Olympics every 4 years.
Oh, it's great. It's predictable, right? So you can work with that.
Yeah, it is pretty much. Yeah.
That's my favorite, when guys are like, "Oh, I did all the stuff you said. Now my girl won't stop crying." And it's like, well, did you want a feminine woman or not? They cry for some reason. Like, oh, really? Like, yeah.
What do you mean?
They cry. Occasionally for no reason. It's just, you laugh at it.
How about that? Dude, like,
Funny,
and then
cute.
like, I was kind of just like ignoring her, and then she's like, "You can touch me, or you can hug me." Like,
I watched the Crowder tape. I ain't falling for that.
that's right.
Then she flops.
Yeah.
But it was just something like she wanted, like, complaining of, and just arguing, and then all of a sudden wants me like hugging her. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Just emotions
brother.
just all over the place.
Oak. You got it.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah, I was more annoyed before, but now I just I treat it the same as like anything. Like my dog who punches me in the mouth every morning because he wants breakfast at 6:30. Like, I can't get mad at him for it anymore, because that's the days I feed him, and he's just gonna do what dogs do. He doesn't have thumbs, so obviously he can't do it himself.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm not even mad at her. It's just whatever. It is what it is, It's
Yeah.
just, oh well. Oh. I'll be back.
All
right. Turn your mic off this time before you take this call with your doctor.
Found out.
About that prostate exam. Hey, no!
No.
Insert the Hank meme. Oh, get out of the car! Oops,
Place
wrong
up.
one.
Of a steady stream of creepers
Oh,
coming out of
thank heavens it's not gonorrhea.
Oh, good. And what is it?
More tests required.
Yep. Still got to figure out what that green oozing is.
Just mutagen.
Now, what am I doing here? I guess we're doing it this way. Dude, I'm redefining winging it. This looks nothing like the base I designed at all. Guess do one of these. One of these.
Live console with Marty, exactly. Shows you how to close.
Yeah, woman cries. Oh no. Anyways, basically, I think that's a big part of it too. Is just guys need to learn to stop being what's the word for it? A bitch.
Well, yeah, and it's like, if they don't realize that, if they think men and women are the same, like when a guy cries, there usually is like a lot of
That's
a lot of
awkward as
pain.
hell.
Yeah, it's awkward, and usually they don't cry for any reason, but
Not too long, and they're kind of like they don't want to. They're kind of embarrassed by it. Yeah, all that stuff.
Oh man,
definitely not the same.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like they'll be just watching a movie and they'll start crying. It's like, all right.
That was my least favorite part of the job, by the way, when I was still sailing. when I had to teach at Fleet School. Dude, every time you had to charge somebody with just like AWOL or whatever, at some point he would be in tears. Like a guy's first charge, it just messes with your head. Yeah. It's all the psychological warfare you attach onto it, and there's just nothing comfortable about it. There was this one guy, sailor story if you guys want it. We were going to our I think it's monthly parades we do. You know, dress up in your N1s, you go in, do the marching in the drill hall and stuff. All the departments get together, so it's kind of like wear your Sunday best. And this guy showed up. His uniform looked so bad. His hat was so small because he had gotten so much fatter that it started to stretch and bend at the top like a banana. His vest, he had we have the double-breasted suit jacket, and like you could see it popping out. So he was like stretching that. It's made for fat people. His pants, his wool pants that are meant to be like very, slacks, they look like stretch pants. And they came up like capris. It's like he stole the wrong person's uniform and got up there. Anyways, he looked so ridiculous. I just remember this. We're sitting there getting ready for the parade, and all of a sudden I see like a row, like 15 long, of like chiefs and P1s. I'm like, what the heck are they lining up for? And I look, they're basically lining up to chew this guy out.
Oh my god, no.
And then we go see it, and oh my god, it's hard because you're supposed to yell at him, but it was so funny. So finally, like one of our chief gets like, get him the hell out of here. I'm tired. Like, you're embarrassing me. They're like, get out of here. You wait. We'll come back and see you after. So we had to wait in class the whole time the parade's going on, just thinking about the ass whooping he's gonna get. And we all had to like sit in the teacher's lounge. We were like, okay, who wants to go talk to him? It's like, I can't do it with a straight face. He's bawling and crying. We eventually had to bring our chief was the only one who could go in there and chew him out without breaking down laughing. Dude, he was crying like his dog and his mom died the same time. Like, oh man.
Did he like not realize that his uniform didn't fit anymore?
I don't even know.
Like
he couldn't form words, man. He couldn't even form words. I never did find the answer. But it was so bad. Like they were calling, because he was on his course from the tanker, so people were like calling his ship to chew him out. He wasn't even there. Who's this guy's chief? What the hell did you do to him? Oh, it was just it's one of those stories that I'll just never forget.
Wonder if he got
the crying was just like awkward if he wasn't dressed like such a clown. Oh.
Wonder if he got much fatter after that, or went on to diet.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to him. That's the worst part. Like, it's a small navy. Usually you know people. Never heard from him again. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he went to the East Coast out of shame. I have no idea.
Yeah.
He was that guy that like y'all found like 2,000 miles off in the ocean.
Oh, the guy. That was Montreal. Oh yeah, horrible Marty. I can't believe. Did I tell you about that, or did you know about that guy?
Well, yeah, I was like mentioning something about
falling overboard.
Somebody falling overboard. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy from the Montreal. Hey, Crescent Slice, thank you for the 666. Just joined the channel. You guys seem entertaining. Here you go, dude. Perfect time to join the channel. You joined the channel for Febreze Boy and some sailor stories, and a little bit of Crowder joking.
Right. Dude, I just picture like the sailor guy there, like being like the wimpy, like dressed up like that, or like a Otis from the Andy Griffith Show.
Yeah, actually, the Otis Andy Griffey would probably be a better reference.
Yeah,
pretty accurate.
He was the drunk,
funny.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like reg nose, kind of balding.
Yeah.
Almost a shaved head, but not quite. Yeah, he had that whole. I almost call it like the standard Navy guy look.
He got drunk to get away from his wife. He's just went in prison, so he didn't have to deal with his wife. Which was, I guess, the joke about it, but kind of sad in real when you kind of think about it.
You joke the jails are probably full of like guys getting away from like wives.
He would rather spend the weekend in jail than with his wife.
I've seen guys in jail who went there to have a job over the winter.
Wow. That cool.
Yeah, there was one in our old town. We used to like, they would, as like a work program, they'd sometimes have them help us with the cattle and that. And so one guy was like, during the summer he would just collect welfare. But then it got cold in the winter and he couldn't afford heat, so he would just go commit crime. At one point he was telling us this story. I was like 10 at the time. He's telling this story about, I was trying to get arrested for something, and the cop's like, dude, I'm not gonna do this. I know what you're doing. And so I punched the cop in the face. Then he arrested me. It's like,
you don't have a choice. buddy.
Yeah, it's the Native Americans in Canada are something else. It's a different experience.
Mm.
Oh, Dirty Joe. No, Dirty Joe is still alive and kicking. Yeah, Dirty Joe. I forgot about him too. I never read his book. He's got some weird 50 Shades of Grey, like S&M porn, and just a photo of him in the background. Like, picture like a skinny, like, actually, you know the Tate kid? The one who's like the Joe Lambton?
Yeah.
Picture him with a cowboy hat, a shoestring necktie, camo cargo pants, and a blazer. And that was like his dust jacket photo for this book.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
oh man. Not to mention he's from like Sarnia, Ontario, or like, which is basically like the equivalent of like he's from Detroit. Why is he dressed like this? Oh, I miss those guys. If it wasn't for them, the Twitter people would really get to me.
Thanks, Dirty Joe.
I didn't hate him. I kind of like him. Like, he does his job. He was a sweet enough guy, but it was just like, yeah, it's one of those. I don't know. Pity's too strong of a word. What's like 50% of pity? It's like, you know when when you have one of those rescue dogs, and he looks horrible, but you still love, like, it's like that.
Yeah.
That's my Dirty Joe.
Oh.
Ugly dog, yeah. Where it's like it's so pitiful it's cute.
Oh wait, Covert here. Corporate lawyer story time. Sometimes clients bring me into fire or separate employees. I've got the talk down to a science. Oh wow. Well, he wasn't incompetent. He was just unattractive. That was the story. The one time he slept with this one girl over in rope stores. And like, normally when one of the guys, gets another notch under their belt, everybody cheers him on, but everybody just kind of looked at her with like, oh, really? Why? Yeah, and he had like the Corey Feldman dream of his own rock band, and it's just, I don't know, it's just one of those things. Yeah, and then there was the story of him at when he worked before the military, he worked at the candy factory, thought his wife was cheating on him. So he broke into his own place to catch her, but he like cut himself all up on the glass of his window, and so the dude that was sleeping with his wife while he was naked beat him up, and then the cops arrested him. And I was like, what the hell? Why would you tell this story? And he was telling this story like he's left such an interesting life. I'm like, dude, that story is supposed to be memory hold, sir. Never ever tell that again. He did. All right. Enough of those, though. I don't want to ruin Dave's stream here. Dave's doing well with his wholesome stuff. You've already ruined it, sir.
Exactly.
Oh, Covert, you've had a crying man story too. Yeah, dude. Do you feel that though? That like it puts you in a position where you don't want to see it. It's very uncomfortable, but you have to, like, for both of your sakes, you have to be the stoic one there. Yeah. Kleenex box. And it's not my advice technically. That was an official briefing on how to handle a guy crying in your office. I'm glad it worked for you though.
You got a briefing for it, yeah. That's rough.
Oh. Interesting though. I didn't know about the girl one, about the discrimination. It makes sense.
Girl one.
Yeah, he's saying here, the military training was, have a Kleenex box, you push the box towards them, you don't hand them a Kleenex, you don't ask if they're okay, you don't say everything's going to be all right, you let them compose yourself, you don't let them leave the room.
Mm-hmm.
And you basically do all that stuff and it keeps it together. Just keep neutral on your face or whatever. But he was saying here, for the girl, on the other hand, always attack and start claiming some type of discrimination. I think that'd be funny. You're at your lawyer's office and he's like explaining the situation. She starts crying and this is discrimination. It's like, what? I'm on your side, madam or sir. Are you allowed to say anymore? Anyways, no more of this talk for a minute. I gotta focus on building this damn base. I guess that's enough room.
Decision made to separate employee.
Wait a minute. Am I doing? Oh, I'm doing that wrong. That's why. It's this one. 2. 1, 2, 1.
It's rough.
Dude, this is gonna be the best base until Dave finishes that damn turtle.
Exactly.
All right. So how did I do this?
Gotta reclaim my title.
Yeah. Hence, the speech is the decision has been made to separate employment. The company wants over a severance package before discussing. I need to go over logistics. Yada yada. Yeah, they're definitely treating those talks as clinical, like the layoff talks. I am surprised people get so butthurt about them. I don't mean that as like a joke, but like I remember my first layoff I ever had. I was irritated that why didn't you guys tell me this before? Because it's like an hour drive into traffic.
Oh god, yeah.
And that's all I was like, dude, like you could have saved me the drive. And they're all like, yeah, well, there's some mental health thing. Like, I don't care about that. It's fine. Are you okay? Because the guy's like, it was clearly his first time ever doing it. So like he was awkward and trying not to like relax, man. I had to like walk him through how to like not worry. Relax. Pretty sure I'm not gonna go postal on the office here.
Yeah.
Should have told me how to grab my stuff when we came here.
This is my life. How could I do this? Only time like I've had a situation like that was actually like a guy coming in to like try and shoot his girlfriend.
What?
Yeah. I guess there's some sort of like domestic dispute. This guy.
I'll say.
This guy like, cause like they have like doors, you know, like badge. You get badged in. He like tailed somebody. Yeah. He tailed somebody because I mean I don't understand what they expect. Like if you see someone behind you while you're badging in the door, it's like, are you just immediately trying to like shut the door on him?
I know. Yeah,
it seems super awkward to do. It's like, not to mention, I don't think it's really my job to bring in a physical altercation to stop someone from getting in.
That's why you're supposed to have like it's called an envelope security model. But yeah, you're supposed to have a front desk area inside the access control, and they handle that stuff. Yeah. At least they're supposed to.
Well, yeah, the problem is like it's such a big facility that they have entrances like all over the place. So we just got in.
Yeah, I do remember that too. The access control guys are like, we need to do like a security thing. See if anybody actually, questions this guy. It's like, nobody's going to question this guy.
Exactly.
Some employee, hey, you look like you might be trying to be a terrorist on this company. Can we talk to you? Can I see your credentials?
Yeah. Let me stop him. Let me do your job for you.
It's like asking the guy, hey, shoplifting, stop him. Like, no, don't you dare. I don't need a stabbing on top of this theft.
I don't think he didn't end up killing the girl either. He just like opened fire. And then
can't do anything right.
Exactly. Then he like left and then got arrested a little shortly after.
All right, so how are we doing this? I don't like this at all. I guess we're doing it that way.
Oh, I got a story that would help bring it down even more. I know we're trying to help, depressing things.
Oh, good. Please do.
Please,
tell me how John Wick lost his dog. I would love to hear it.
This might be worse. These people, I think they're going through a divorce, and I think it was the guy. I guess the woman was maybe going to keep the dog. But it was like two like beautiful dogs. I think it might have been like Great Danes. But the guy took like a thing of that spray foam and put it down their throat and just like killed them off. Yeah.
Jeez.
Pretty messed up. Yeah.
This is America. Like, do you guys not have rifles there?
Yeah, that would have been better way to do it, but.
Yeah, we've had to put down a lot of dogs in my childhood, and not once did we think of something cruel like that. It was always just
no.
So you did it yourself. You didn't like take him to a vet or anything like that. I guess
no.
That's a farm way of doing it, I guess.
Yeah, like it was usually because if they ever snuck into the pig pen and started attacking the pigs, once they get the taste of blood.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just the dog was too old and you had to put it down, or they always chased cars up the driveway, and occasionally a dog would catch one of the tires, and then you kind of had to as well.
Broke his leg.
Yeah.
That's one of the rough things about it.
and I had to put one down. I could have taken him to the vet, but he just looked so bad. Like I went ahead and did it myself a few years ago.
Yeah,
save you a few $100 too.
Well,
and it's not like it's not humane. It's perfectly humane.
Yeah. Yep.
Definitely better than spray foam. What the bloody hell?
That was, I guess, just to be evil to her or whatever, you know.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So, like something obviously a monster like Crowder would do.
Absolutely.
It says that in the book, though. An alpha male would. God, Crowder. The worst part is I don't think he has anybody in his life who's willing to like be honest with him. Either his little co-host guests are like, yeah, I don't ever disagree with him. It's like Tim Pool.
He
probably don't say no to the guy. He pays the checks.
He drove all those guys away. Probably.
Yeah. But then it's like internet famous too, so it's not even like if The Rock did it, you're like, oh, okay, I can see him being crazy. But it's like, yeah, I'm internet famous. It's like, dude, now is not the time to go crazy.
Yeah.
Wait until your first Hollywood blockbuster and coke binge with Johnny Depp, then go crazy.
It's like Tim Pool thinking like music. Actual like musicians are ripping off his music for his videos. I'm like, damn, how delusional can this guy get?
I can't believe he had his Corey Feldman music career moment. That's crazy.
The Matrix is after me, man.
Yeah. Speaking of going full Roosh.
Tim Pool makes music. Yeah. Music is a word, I guess. Or
I mean, I haven't listened to anything. I saw the video. It looks like a 1990s alternative rock standard one, but like the late days ones where you remember when they started adding like rapper lighting to it? Reminds me of that.
I never watched it myself, so maybe he's good, maybe he's not. I doubt he's good.
I mean, yeah.
Considering how good his actual show is, you know, I have my doubts.
It's funny, I've never watched it either. All these super popular shows you'd think I would watch to like learn what makes them popular, I have like zero interest in it.
I don't
even the Jack Murphy ones. I don't even think I watched a Jack Murphy on Tim Pool episode ever. And you really think I should?
I mean, it's like, it doesn't seem like anything special. It's like I've watched Joe Rogan, you know, quite a few times. Like I don't, I can kind of see it. He has got interesting guests, and like he doesn't try to be the smartest guy in the room.
No, but he's also entertaining because of his comedy.
Yeah, because like he'll have that thing like, hey Jamie, bring that up, bring out that gorilla man.
Yeah, the gorilla fighting the whatever.
Did you ever see these gorillas fighting? I'm like, all right, Joe.
Yeah, you can definitely see there's like, I'm going to talk with my fighting buddies while getting high, and I'm going to interview this guy who worked for NASA.
Yeah. Like, I'll get the richest guy in the world to smoke a blunt with me. Back in like the early Elon days of Elon's fame.
I love the out of context Joe Rogan clips.
Those are pretty good.
And it's like he does like the gorilla noise, and it shows the woman just horrified, and then it's pretty much sounding like he's talking like he's gonna rape her, and then like, and then like she's looking like she's crying.
Do you ever see the Joe Rogan interviews Joe Rogan ones?
Oh, I love those.
Oh no, I hadn't.
That's
They're
great
awesome.
editing.
Yeah, great editing. There's like there's Jordan Peterson talking to himself, and they're almost like contradictory. They're pretty entertaining. They're up there. Like if you enjoy the Biden and Trump playing Minecraft together on Discord, you'll like those.
Oh, I've been missing out.
Those ones are just so good because like Trump's talking such smack to Joe for like, you killed my wither. I was using that to build a farm, you idiot. Then Obama chimes in. Nobody cares about your farm, Trump.
They do have like a good thing where like Trump's like the angry one, Joe's like this kind of like weird incompetent one that's sort of like not really there, and then like Biden will be like the voice of reason.
Yeah. Obama's like the hardcore Redstone expert and stuff.
It works out for like a nice trope. I think those aren't quite as popular anymore. Like they really like blew up for a second.
Oh, that's like everything. You'll get your 15 minutes.
Then everyone moves on. I've heard like Drake has a CD.
The AI Drake?
Yeah, I haven't listened to it, but
I'm curious,
really interesting
man.
concept.
That's hilarious. It'd be funny if like AI Drake makes a song like dissing real Drake, and you have like a fake like rap gangster battle with AI.
I can't beat this guy. It's like your Grandmaster chess moment.
Yeah.
Uh,
Deep blue, man. Deep blue.
and then AI Drake buys the house right next to regular Drake. That's $10 million more.
Yeah, I used to love that stuff because I remember in the 2000s it was. Remember the Gray album? Or do you know what I'm talking about?
Gray album. Is that Drake?
Yeah. So no, well, it was Jay-Z, but what it was is somebody took, and this was like a big deal back then. Somebody took the Beatles' White Album, and they mixed it with Jay-Z's Black Album, and they called it the Gray Album.
Oh.
And it was essentially copyright, but because it was like so reconstructed, it was like a real legal thing. Like, is this theft? Is this transformative? I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if the AI stuff kind of is transformative enough where that counts too.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be some legal battles up ahead.
Can't wait to see who the Metallica is for this one.
Yeah.
Try and sue it into Netflix or to sue it into Napster.
Yeah, exactly. How dare you use my face and voice? Oh, I assume the whole porn thing is already illegal.
Oh, I don't even know how that's going now.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Plus, I got Jeff Miller on my timeline, and we follow each other.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing he's doing though is he's convinced Skynet is coming like tomorrow unless we stop this. So he's like that's everybody. For me, it's like the Canadian trucker convoy thing, and for him, it's that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has their one pet cause.
Yeah, I'm not fully convinced about the whole like AI is gonna kill everybody.
It might, but here's the thing: it's like if you were to rank the order of the things that I think are going to end humanity, it might make top 10,
maybe
like 8 or 9. But yeah,
it depends on like how widely it gets adopted. Like open ChatGPT, I don't think is going to gain sentience and start coding itself.
No, it's basically once you plug it into something that can do some damage.
Yeah, exactly.
But you already know, doesn't I can't remember who owns it, but there's like an unrestricted version of it. And I guess Microsoft and a bunch of hedge funds have like unrestricted access to the full racist AI.
Oh my god.
So we don't even get to see how dangerous it's going to be yet. We'll find out after the fact.
Damn it. Thought it was supposed to be open.
Yeah. Yeah, open.
Yeah. Until someone
You're
gives
adorable,
us a
sir. Thought it was supposed to be open. Yeah, you'd think.
Open. Yeah, that's just a word. Others people have been like, are they going to be able to? They're selling the data that people put into the chat GTPs and that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Beta use that to sell you stuff or who knows what. I'm sure FBI will. It's been like memes where people like talking to like my AI and say something like, "I'm contacting the authorities." Sorry.
Dude, if the AI can make proper memes, like funny ones, good, not these left-wing memes, that's it. It's game over.
Exactly. You out of a job.
Like the only thing I got right now, and somebody had theory that like the new catch bot for people is going to be using like racial slurs. It's like AI refuses. So you'll have to prove you're a human, drop an N-bomb. You're like, oh, damn it.
I am real, yes.
Okay, so how do I want to do this? Why did I even do a template? I clearly didn't need one. I just wasted like 4 hours on something that I don't even look at.
Created a sketch and then just threw it out. Like,
Yeah.
Not feeling it. We'll do it live. Swiss cheese here for this mountain.
What are you doing? Resource gathering right now?
Yeah.
Or
I am terracotta farming.
God, I thought my stream was going to be boring. It's a good thing Marty's bringing up Febreze stories, man.
Exactly.
These channels would have died at the vine.
They
better not.
I wonder what a lot of these Minecraft streamers do. I don't know if they'd really even try to do stuff interesting. Like,
have you tried to watch any live streams You ever go to like the YouTube gaming and see what's out?
No, I haven't. Probably should do some research.
It's amazingly boring.
Yeah.
Oh man. There's like 5 or 6 Russian channels that just have this weird cartoon loop of like mobs, and it's just like it's like AI developed a plot. It makes no sense. And then there's a couple streamers that they just stare and they'll occasionally mumble something, but they're just silent for the most part.
Yeah.
Also, 100 more people live streamers than either of us combined, so that's great.
Absolutely, it'll destroy us. I can kind of understand if like they're super good and like people just want to watch them play. But...
No, they're playing some like they'll always be playing some like weird modded thing, and everybody's like, "What is this?"
Yeah,
never works.
That's why I wonder sometimes. Like everyone says, like subs are a vanity metric, but like how do like if you get enough like social proof, will people just watch it for no reason?
Maybe.
Some of these streamers, I'm like, how did they get there? Like,
the only thing I know is like sometimes it's because they did something extremely stupid and that got them notoriety.
Mm-hmm. Like
but other times I'm just confused. Maybe they were just here before anybody else.
Yeah, that's true.
I started a channel in 2008.
I think that's some way with like some of these people. Yeah, they're just the first guys in. Like they just build up an audience and then there it is.
Milk it. Oh, there's a VTuber that was on today.
Oh, of course, VTubers.
Yeah,
very popular.
But they don't really. They just kind of mumble about nothing.
Yeah.
It's almost like my little lecture on how to talk dirty to your girl. Just describe what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They've kind of taken like talk dirty and they applied it to Minecraft. So
yeah, I'm mining.
Take that for what it's worth.
I'm mining this terracotta right now.
Oh God, I'm so wet.
Got all these
in
stacks.
Minecraft.
Look at all these stacks. I'm putting in my shulker box.
Not literally.
I'm sliding it into my shulker box right now.
Ooh,
it's almost full, baby. Can barely stuff
it in. Have more room.
Yeah. New guy in the channel. What are you talking about? You guys are crazed. You need to find Jesus.
Exactly.
Grab the shoe wedge in the lube. Got more room. Dude, I don't know why. That made me think about...
Of
course, I'm going to bring up red pill stuff just because you don't want to.
No, it's fine, whatever.
Remember the Family Alpha thing when it first had the
Which
website?
One? The shed part or the...
Oh, no, this was like when he first started doing it. Like, and he had an article. It's like how to turn your wife into your slut or something like that.
Oh, yeah. I know the one.
And then, see, what's funny is he had a picture... I think it was his wife. Like she was wearing like lingerie, and you could like see her tits, but you didn't see her face. And then once he did the face reveal, like he took like he did some Shutterstock game and put a Shutterstock picture there.
Nico before Sneeko.
Sneeko, yeah. But it was funny. I don't know why I was just thinking about that. Like, oh, now the face reveal, I can't be showing my wife's tits.
I don't know, man. The whole time with him, I was just. He had so many people rooting for him. Like, the entire Married Red Pill subreddit, he was doing this before me, technically. Mm-hmm. And they were all like, yeah, try this out, try this, don't be a clown. And then it was that one video that Anthony Johnson had him on, where they put him in that stupid bear suit.
He was the guy with the suit.
He was the guy with the suit. The bear attacked me, and I was like... And I remember somebody, and he just kept talking about, yeah, I get it, like, you guys maybe don't like it, but don't be haters. And they're like, it's not about the likability. Like, one guy literally just repeated it 10 times in the comics. He just wasn't getting it. It's like, stop embarrassing yourself. Like, people weren't even trying to tell him that they don't like what he's doing or who he was dealing with. It was like, just stop embarrassing yourself. And he never caught on. And then once I knew he had that line, like, the only good thing Rolo Tomasi ever did was introduce me to Anthony Johnson. I'm like, oh boy.
He's lost.
That didn't age well at all. But it gives Nick stuff to talk smack about, so I guess there's always there's always one positive note at the end of these things. He's doing... Did you see his Roman McClay dig this morning?
Oh, Nick? No, I didn't. He's done a few.
Okay, so Nick's big thing is like Roman's book, and he's right. Absolute dog shit. It's horrible. It was just between the Nietzsche quotes and like his first chapter was just spent saying I'm too stupid to understand the book. That's when I put it down. I'm like, well, gotta trust the author. But apparently it's just drivel the whole time. It's horrible in any sense of the word. And then Hunter was doing, or Zach, I guess, was doing, just cheerleading it. This is the greatest book. It's the great American novel and stuff. And he's like, I don't think he read it. But then he was like looking at the Amazon reviews.
Oh,
he goes, hey, who do you think wrote this in their shed?
Oh, that was from Sanction. That
Sanction.
Insane review.
Yeah. Sloth is telling me that you would make a great ASMR streamer. Dave.
Doesn't he'd be good at it. Past that one though.
Oh, Zach, you haven't seen? Okay, he doesn't even know what I'm talking about. All right, here's more of the lore. After the kerfluffle with Rolo and Anthony, he was switching it over from like a singles convention to a patriarchs convention. In other words, for dads, because dads have more money than kids, I guess. And so they did this thing where they're like, real men do macho, whatever, full Miller Lite, like the fast camera movements, and they're firing guns at the range, and then they'd cut away to like, this is how you protect your family just in case. And they were doing like tactical whatevers, and at one point they put, there's this thing, I think they call it a red suit or something like that. It's like a big, looks like a giant full body cast with like 5 inches of stuffing inside of it. And that's made for like if you're getting attacked by dogs, or like a bear suit and stuff like that. And yeah. And they basically filmed Zach putting him into this bear suit and then sicking like 4 German Shepherds on him. And I like the guy, dude. I'm still think of Zach as a friend, but at the time, just the thought of like, for your family, you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, give me the suit.
Gotta be attacked by wild dogs.
Yeah, and then he gets up after, and they take the helmet off. He's like, oh, that was crazy. I just got beat up by those dogs. But it was just because watching Wine More Please pull like the, is this you?
Oh, God. It's one of those things you'll never get over.
Oh, man. Like the skit, the delivery, the everything was just, you couldn't have made a better comedy special if you tried. Like, you just couldn't. And it was right in the middle of everybody having a serious conversation of how would you, if you were to make Red Pill a business, what would you do? And there's like 4 days of this conversation, and then that as the levity breaker. Oh, I miss this stuff. Those were the good times, back before Gary was ranting about his numbers.
Is that Gary actually popular?
I don't
Does he
know.
have an audience?
I have no idea. I would actually, does he? Does anybody know Gary, the numbers guy? Is he popular? Can you look him up on Twitter?
I'd almost be disappointed in humanity if he was, but I can believe
that's the only
would.
reason I think he does have one. It's because he had just my luck, right?
It's just stupid enough to work.
Yeah, except for Chad. Mish, if you go looking it up, you're going to start some... you stay away. Everybody else, though, go look it up.
Like, how can I get this guy to say a slur?
Alright, so how do I want to do this one?
He's really making that Islamophobia work for him.
Dude, it's so easy, though. I can't believe it. It's like people think if you throw the word sand in front of the N-bomb, you get like, no, it doesn't work, man.
It's okay. It's not It's not the soft A. The soft A you can't even get away with, man.
It's a double negative. It just cancels it out. So.
Exactly.
Oh, goodness.
So Tiger Jin tried hard to find information on him and found nothing but a Reddit sub and some small YouTube channels. Oh. So he might be like a Roman McClay where it's all smoke and mirrors. Interesting.
Ooh, and bullets.
And whoever sent me that docs photo of him, by the way, I'm not going to release that. But Jesus, man.
I wish you would have put a spoiler on that.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
And people stop sending me these pictures of a guy with a giant gut and just his balls. I don't care.
Yeah.
What's wrong with y'all?
Yeah, the naked thing was like, oh. Like, I thought it was funny. That screw in the tub though was like perfectly placed. I'll give it that.
Oh, I know. Thank goodness for him that was the only thing that saved him.
Was that a Discord photo though, or was it on Twitter?
That was our internal Discord. I'm not putting that out in the wild.
No, I meant like, did he post that on Twitter?
I guess he posted that on his Twitter because I recognize that blue box at the bottom. That's when you directly take a photo from the app. You can put a caption on it.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking.
The sad thing is, though, when like one little screw like that is big enough to cover up your stuff.
Maybe the water was cold. All right.
That's it. Yeah.
Was it Coles or whatever? The built for life. Oh, you don't know Roman McClay? Oh my God, you guys are getting such weird history lessons. Okay, so Roman McClay had his 15 minutes of fame writing this book. I think there was 2 books called Sanction and an Euchre deck. And he was like, he would be with AJ Cortez. He'd be with, like, he would start with all the MineOSphere people and they were talking about him. He was like the rugged man living out in the woods. He had the beard and he had the tattoo on his arm and all that stuff. And everybody was like, was just gassing him up. He's the greatest guy ever. This book is the modern thing men need to know and whatever. Anyway, skip forward 6 months later, he shoots 6 people and gets murdered by the cops. And then, this is such a weird reference, but you have to get it. There's this movie of Harrison Ford movie, Clear and Present Danger, where he finds a bunch of CIA files saying that that they did some evil stuff and he has to grab it, the evidence, but they're deleting the files while he's trying to print them. And you're watching like this cat and mouse game, like it was computers in the 80s. They didn't know. Yeah. So he has to hit print screen faster than the other guy can hit delete, because apparently those 2 buttons, that's all they do. Yeah. And then he finally managed to get one about Project Reciprocity, and it was like that, watching people's live streams just quickly get disappeared. And you're like, gotta download these. I need the clips. I managed to grab a few. I don't really have a need for them, but I was like, I don't know. It just seems like one of those things you want to save.
Yeah.
That's when you make MineOSphere NFTs. That's one of your NFTs.
Yeah. Like, I still regret not catching that video of Dr. Babe crying in her car about not being able to find a man. The relationship / vetting coach / sex. I don't even know what she calls herself now, but it was just beautiful. Because like
those are the best.
She was so good at the speech, you'd think she was just doing the 33 Secrets thing and reading Rational Mail out of the back of her car. Like, that's how on point all of the points were. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know why I hate the Sphere. It's actually kind of fun.
And maybe it's looking back on it. It's kind of fun now it's over.
It's fun in retrospect. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12. Okay. So we'll do 2 spots here.
Oh, Jack's in the chat. I haven't seen Minecrafter in forever. I don't know what he's been up to.
Probably just busy with work. That's what most people are doing right now. Same as Green Light, right?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he moved on. We missed his Why I'm Leaving the MineOSphere video.
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Found God.
Oh, jeez.
Working and training plus a move. Oh, damn.
Oh, nice. Oh, he's on your channel now, traitor.
I know. He's on. He typed it in chat. Or in the Minecraft chat.
Alright, so how do I do this? I guess we'll put a topper on this. And we'll do all... mostly bricks.
Cow army.
3 and 3. Now let's do it like... there, 5 and 2.
I'm busy on the Switch and had a stream with Torcha which froze. Did she show up late, Jack?
Oh! I see Minecrafter. He's down below.
Yeah.
He's been stuck. How long have you been down there, sir? Oh. Dude, Delicious Tacos was right by my house, too. I'm amazed how many people I've seen from, like, online have been here.
This is a pretty major city.
Yeah, well, it's just where I live. It's literally right around... if you're doing anything here that's fun, and it's Toronto, there's not much. Like, chances are you're by my house. And so he was posting, it's like, oh, this is a great view, and stuff like that. And I'm like, hey, man. And then I post, like, the fit-out, like, he was looking at my building. And so I looked at where he was taking the photo from and sent him that photo back. He's like, oh. And he didn't know, like, on the tops of our skyscrapers, they have these, like, they usually glow in different colors. Like, the top floor, it looks like 3 stories of just, like, orange or green or whatever. Because that's where we put all of the plumbing and stuff, yeah. And because they don't want it to look just lame, they always gussy it up with some bright colors.
Oh, nice. Gotta have it stand out.
Yeah. And I like it because it's good too. Sometimes I have horrible direction sense, so at least I look for like, oh, there's the green one, that's me, or there's the orange one, or there's the blue one. I know where I am. If you can't see the CN Tower, you kind of need these landmarks.
Oh, they leave the same color.
Oh yeah, they're all different colors. Depends which building you're looking at.
Ah, okay. So they keep them the same color then. They don't
Yeah.
like they can't change the colors.
I mean, I'm sure you could. It's just lighting, but
Nah. Or something special.
but usually whichever company builds the sets of skyscrapers,
Hmm.
they'll all have their own little way of doing it.
Ah.
You can almost tell when the buildings are built too, based on what color the glass is tinted.
Oh.
So like ones that were built in the late 2000s, they'll usually be like a teal color. The ones in the 2010s tend to have this like a grayish, a bluish gray. The ones before then, for some reason, we had like a sandstone time, so you got like these brown ones, and they look horribly ugly. It's just one of those neat things that you pick up when you live in a city for a while, and you kind of pick up on the small details. More you know. Torcia is fun to torment when she comes around. Well, as long as she shows up, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that broad, man. No hate. Just that time she showed up in my chat and she was complaining about missing this. I'm like, you got the link. Why are you in chat?
It's your fault.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I was giving her some shit in the chat too, and like she didn't like it. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
I've tried watching her, and dude, I mean, she says something about she's had a mental like a injury or something, and her brain's slow. And I mean, I guess she's right. I don't know, dude, but like, her show is so slow, and then like it takes her forever to get stuff out, and then it's just, and then you never know what direction it's going in. It's just, I've watched like 10 minutes, and that's about it. No, well, what I did was I watched which I couldn't believe she had Archwinger on. That was weird. But anyways, so I watched that whole episode just, to watch him. But yeah, it was pretty rough.
Yeah, I mean, I know why. It's not, you know what, never mind. But yeah. I'm with. I have a hard time catching it too. It's. You're right. It is the pacing.
Yeah.
I just thought it's just how the female brain worked, but it being sexist here.
Well, I kind of know why. I don't want to speak out of turn, so I won't say. But it's not bad. It's nothing like that. I know everybody has their own way of doing things. That's just hers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's whatever. But yeah, I mean, and she's likable. I mean, she's fine. I got nothing against her.
Punctuality for me.
Yeah,
I don't mind being late, but like 5 minutes late is one thing. An hour late without any notification is another thing.
Yeah.
Well, that, and then she has some reason she has this thing with like weird Dutch guys named Jack. So I don't know.
Well, whatever. As long as Jack starts taking my advice about adding a little bit of argan oil to his hair, he'll be fine.
Yeah. I had to look that up.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what that was. Never heard
argon.
of it.
That sounds like just some deadly like poisonous gas.
Apparently it's a plant extract.
Yeah. It's one of those ones. It's like closest to sebum.
It's like, oh, it's the closest structure for sebum. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know what sebum was. I had to look that up too.
Oh. Yeah,
I'm thinking about that that liquid that they treat wood with. What's that? It starts
Peak
with
oil?
an A. No. It's,
well, linseed oil is what they usually treat wood with.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm talking about like what they soak like light poles with, and then
yeah, the green. It's green colored, right?
Oh, you're talking about OSPO?
Oh,
is that what that stuff's called?
And maybe not.
But yeah, that's stuff that you put onto the pressure treated wood, right?
Oh no, that's something else.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. I know what you're talking about.
Like copper type of.
Yeah, something like that. Whatever.
It's some sort of like fungicide or like poisonous material.
Dadgummit. Look at Yosemite Sam over
Didn't
here.
they ban that stuff that was used in PT?
Probably.
Yeah, there was one kind back, the good old days, the good stuff, and then
Yeah,
they
when it
changed
actually worked.
the formula. Yeah,
Because it would
Yeah,
gave
Dude, you know what
or
drives
some
me nuts?
shit.
The thing that they got rid of the formula for that I love the most was do you remember those throat numbing tablets you used to get?
ooh,
Oh no.
Start with the C. I don't know if they have them in the States. I don't know why I'm forgetting the name of it right now, but yeah.
I think it's been a
They're
while, but yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so they changed the formula. I guess the part that numbs your throat was, I don't know, causing cancer or didn't like liberals or something. I don't know.
Oh
But now the
god,
new stuff is just not as good. And then the neocitrin got changed, so it's got like this weird
Hmm.
non-effective neocitrin now. I guess the
Oh.
codeine or something. People are making meth out of it, or I don't know.
Oh, of course. The druggies got to ruin it for everybody else.
Yeah, it's one of these swamp people keep ruining everything that's good about the medicine, and that's why people don't trust doctors anymore.
oh
The
man.
one thing they had right was like neocitrin.
Oh,
Ruined it.
crazy. What's crazy is to look back, like at the early 1900s when they first started coming up with all kinds of medicine and radiation and stuff, and
Oh.
it's like I guess you had to have your guinea pigs, like
When the average
the-
middle class family was taking cocaine to deal with their spirit problems.
Hey, that worked.
Oh yeah, yeah, good stuff. But like I saw one where this guy he was taking something, and I don't know what he was taking for. Might have been headaches or something. But anyways, it's like pretty much like liquid radiation. He was
Oh.
putting in his mouth, and anyways, like it shows a picture of him just sitting there with like his jaw fell off.
Jesus.
It's gross. It's awful, man. But and the guy like he was like, good looking, rich family, Harvard or something like that, and then just sitting there with his jaw off.
That's horrible.
It was like a weirdo, like off The Simpsons.
Wait, what the heck? Okay, another one in the chat too. Somebody's saying that I guess Torsha had a live stream, and she gave Billy a wrench, thinking it was me. Oh dear.
Oh, oh dear Lord. Oh dear Lord.
That is so funny.
Oh,
Oh, why would you do that?
don't.
What I want to know is what the hell could Billy possibly do to sound as like engaging as like? There's no way he could sound charming. That's all I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah, you're just saying this is like that's not a compliment for you.
Yeah.
If Billy's able to make it appear that he's you. Goodness.
Minecrafter's
Billy's
just
fine.
bored hitting himself with arrows in the face.
Billy's
I'm
like,
rather offended.
Don't feed the bears. Don't throw peanuts to the monkeys. Oh,
Well, Jack, I'll check your DMs after the stream. I should almost do a because I've been pondering cutting off the hair for a while and going short again, but I should almost do a video before then showing you how to style longer hair, like everything.
are you on your channel, Ryan?
Yeah.
Oh,
Why? Whose channel should I be on?
I was looking at Dave's.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are. His is
Yeah,
like
you look at
the
mine.
good one, and mine is like the one where, hey, I want to have a fight in the comments. Let's go to Ryan. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You want to
Oh,
see
His
Billy.
channel's
Billy?
like
now.
the Gary numbers guy one, and his is like the Ryan one.
So yours is the one that just shows his balls off, sitting in his
Yeah.
phone?
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Weaponize the Billy. Hey, if it works for you, man.
It's
Yeah, but
funny
it'll
now
be,
I'm seeing your chat.
Yeah, exactly. And Jack, you'll like it. Like, there's a little bit. It's not hard either. It's just one of those things you have to learn. So, like, for example, how to use the blow dryer properly, what its purpose is, how it affects the hair. Like, case in point, if you air dry versus a blow dryer. All right, miss you, bro. See you 1.20.
What's Mish doing in there? Mish,
It relaxes the hair follicles a little bit more, especially if you have fine, thin hair. So you probably don't have this concern, but for
everything.
people who have
Jack's
coarser hair, that
fine.
hair dryer actually helps it to relax a bit more. But then the problem is it also dries it out more, so you get a lot of frizz. So you kind of have to, depending on what you're trying to accomplish. Same thing with like a straightener. Like if you use a straightener, that's fine, but you have a limited amount of times you can use it, because every time you do it, it damages your hair a slight bit. And don't listen to the people who say, get that heat protector. You can't protect heat with chemicals. But with
I'm
shorter hair,
sorry.
it doesn't matter.
Uh,
Look, man,
Sorry,
he's rocking like he's doing
I'm
like rock
interrupting,
star
I'm
stuff.
sorry.
Don't worry, laugh if you want to. Everybody
I'm
laughed at me
laughing
when I
the
talked
chat.
about exfoliation. Meanwhile, everybody here is like, "Is he 30?" Exactly.
No,
Exfoliate.
Jack's great. No, I'm laughing at the chat. I'm going back.
Oh,
Misha eats crayons for dinner and then said drinks for breeze in the morning instead of coffee. I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm hijacking
oh, that's
you.
fine. That's fine.
Oh, I love Jack and his hair. Yeah, Jack's great. Everything on Jack is fine.
Oh, God.
Paul's.
Big like
Oh yeah,
pause, man.
didn't mean to hijack all of it. What was the Paul's thing? What was that from? Like, anything homoerotic, you say
Oh,
Paul's
Hotep Jesus did that to me. I was joking around after we did our one stream, and I mentioned, like, I did one of those kind of jokes that you would do, and you just said pause, and that's when I started noticing it. And it's like a black Twitter thing, and so yeah, now it's just pause anytime somebody crosses that intimacy line.
Kind of like the no homo, get that homo away from me.
Exactly, but this way you don't actually have to say that. It's like everybody calls each other dorks on Twitter because you're afraid to use the actual word.
You don't get fined a few $100,000 if you say
exactly.
Gotta say one step ahead of the game.
All right. So
I don't see how you stream and like read the chat. I guess you just read a little bit as it goes along.
Yeah. You just kind of glance. It's the best you can do.
Minecraft isn't like a super. At least what we're doing right now isn't like super attentive. They don't.
Also true.
Precise inputs.
Which is kind of one of the reasons I like it. Like I don't think a lot of the guys, like Santiago and I were talking before, I'm like, it's really not about me just playing a game that I find is fun. Like that helps for sustainability, but it needs like, I think you said, Dave, was it like 60 to 70% of your attention, no more?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any more than that, then you're focused on the game, your mouth opens up and you're catching flies. It's not worth it.
Oh yeah. That is you end up like those streamers on YouTube.
Exactly.
I'm not allowed to read the chat and talk to y'all. This is bad. My brain. I'm laughing at Jack and Tuber. Tuber said, not hard to impersonate Ryan. Just say a boot and talk about maple syrup. Syrup house.
Dude, we had your back in 1812, and this is how you thank us?
Oh,
we joined you against the Germans in World War I and II, and this is how you thank us?
Yeah.
I was helping you. I was cheering you on Brexit. This is how you thank us?
That's it.
You deserved Margaret Thatcher, sir.
Oh, that's the thank you I get.
Yeah. I knew the Americans were right. Couldn't trust you limeys.
Ooh, Jack got serum for his face.
Skin serum.
So good.
What?
Homemade serum?
Homemade face serum. Is this one of those things where, like, in Europe that means something different than everywhere else in the world, or what?
I don't know.
I'm thinking, like, hey, remember when we were talking about pause?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in Jack's case, it might mean he got something from Clary. Clary was probably overjoyed seeing him pick up something on his face. So, yeah.
Speaking of which, you guys are so harsh on Clary, man. The occasional gay joke is fine, but you guys are just vicious. Like, you do memes and photoshops, and I'm like, holy Jesus.
I think that's mostly Vince.
That's true, Vince, man.
Oh, it's harsh. Yeah, that's great.
Dude, Vince has been going savage lately. Have you seen those ones whenever you see those World Star Hip Hop videos? And so he puts constantly. Yeah.
Like, God damn.
Yikes.
How does his account not get unlocked yet?
Man's got skills, I'll give him that.
Not big enough, I guess.
AV.
Yeah, maybe. Although I guess Elon doesn't really care.
Yeah.
Just pay the $8, sir.
Exactly.
Oh, you're talking about like the Mein Kampf like kind of memes that he does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jack Black's skin serum. Look it up.
Jack Black makes good stuff. I mean, is that really like the Jack Black though, or is that just a?
I don't know.
I think it is.
Oh, like how Bobby Brown is like not the Bobby Brown, but the makeup Bobby Brown. If you don't know what I'm talking about, ask your girl; she'll tell you. There's two Bobby Browns. One of them does makeup, and the other one does murder.
Wife beating.
Yeah, wife beating murder, or suicide, or whatever it was.
I didn't know that.
Greatest voice in the world. What's he do? You know what this needs? Crack.
Absolutely.
Damn you, Bobby.
Crack, man. Everyone loves crack. Price of fame, I guess. What seems to get caught up in it. I realized there was 2 Jack Blacks.
All this just to put some villagers in here to buy some rocks. Minecraft is the greatest time sink ever made.
It is. Got projects to make projects.
Yeah. Oh, come
which
on.
leads to other projects.
There we go.
Get my chat back up.
Although we'll see, the way my girl spends, I kind of have to. Get the best cost-benefit analysis for stuff ever.
Oh, Vincent. So, Alex brings
She
up
wants
a
to
good point. Why
what's
why
that?
every time Marty's on stream, we're all saying no homo over and over?
Yeah. I don't know. One of those coincidences, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I had a monster at my base. I couldn't sleep.
Oh, yeah. I had these stupid Vanoms. I just happened to be by a box or a bed.
It's coming together. I'm starting to get there. I do want to steal some pillagers, though, and sneak them into here and make it like a super... Like, some guys are bad and some guys are good.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen an outpost nearby.
I'm sure it's findable somewhere. Worst case scenario, I start a village here. They'll eventually come in with their little raid, and
Oh yeah, that's true.
all I have to do is not kill the sign guy, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure how the raids. I think if you leave. Well, I don't know if like you just leave them, or that the raid will never end. I'm not sure how that.
All right, so you're asking why surround the torch with the walls? Well, that's technically because inside there is going to be a spawn space, so I'm just doing that so that I don't have a zombie caught in the walls one day.
Mm-hmm.
And hearing that constant noise, it would be super annoying. What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
No, did Minecrafter build something over there?
Maybe. What the hell is that? I look over, it looks like a bouncy castle.
Some random
Bright green and bright purple, and it's in the middle of nowhere. And
just a raft.
what the? This is the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
It's pretty garish. I'll give it that.
Iroquois art and not art. Oh, ouch.
I like how this. I like how the copper's kind of coming in. I assume that was intentional.
Yeah, to get it to start turning blue.
Yep.
You mean?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
copper.
I don't know. I haven't found much use for that orange copper color yet. Nothing that I would want.
Yeah, I've seen people like do like more like steampunky builds. Like they're making like.
That's on the list.
Like that metal.
Oh, geez, look at this. It's the man, the meme himself, Skyriminal Order. Alex, sign on. Sign on to his channel, sir. All the big people are talking about it now.
Yeah.
Of all the things to get you some minor virality. It's like, I bet you he splits the check on dates.
Yeah. It is funny when people say like, "Oh yeah, he's got a video game channel," like it's some sort of like own, like what
Like
a
it's
loser.
an own, yeah.
What a loser.
Meanwhile, they're sitting here standing for guys who's like, yeah, he filmed his wife getting plowed.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Like a real man.
I'm actually surprised people have as much, like, I get the idea where it's like, games are for kids. I'm a real man. I don't do that. It's like, dude, grown adults, before there was video games, you know what they did? They gambled and they drank and they slept with hookers. Like, if anything, this is the greatest vice ever.
Exactly. That or like they're like, I gotta get some wings with the guys down at the sports bar.
At the sports pub. What do you guys think about the new sports team? Yeah, they're gonna make it this year.
Yeah.
Don't even like sports. You just like the idea of hanging out with the boys.
Yeah, or like they're like some like weird like living through like their team. Like, man, this coach is an idiot. If I was there, I would have done this.
Basically,
this.
It sounds like Gary, but for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. God damn that guy.
If I'm not mistaken, that is still the official T-Rex team, though, is the Browns.
Oh, Browns. Yeah.
I'm not sure why, but it just happened. All right, so how did I have this set up? I clearly got the spacing all wrong, but that's fine. I can fiddle with that. And then I got to double the height of that and add some spires. Dude, I should have built a ladder. This makes no sense.
You gotta have something to do on Sunday while you're ignoring your family.
Which is funny because I don't ignore mine when your Sunday stream is on. I put them both. I put it on in the background and have my coffee. I'm not mad it's the Browns. I'm just disappointed. I think that's why it's the Browns, because like the intention is to be disappointed.
It never can seem to get things.
Yeah,
going.
it's kind of like how the T-Rex can never do anything because his arms are too short. He can't fap. The Browns can never win anything because they're the Browns. They're the T-Rex arms of football. Oh, you never heard of him? Yeah, it's we followed each other a bit. I kind of like. I don't particularly like his type of content. Like he's with Chrissy Mayer and all those types, and he's pretty good. Cuban dude, does a lot of powerlifting in that. But it's like the internet. There's like thousands of niches that are like 1 million people each that you've never heard of, and you just find them randomly. The one advantage you have, though, is because you don't know anybody, you're never going to get, like you're never going to go super fan or anything. You just talk to them like human beings.
Yeah.
That's why I always find it cringe. This guy yesterday was talking about Odysseus PDA or PUA or something like that. Why do these guys want to be the authority on women or whatever? And I just started laughing. Nash Gay Games underneath. Well, I consider myself one because of this. And I just started laughing. I'm like, who does this? Who wants to be known as like the authority on pickup and women? Cringe as hell. Can't you just like something without having to try and become like the biggest ego that nobody cares about? Oh, that's why you like the Cleveland Browns. Okay, I see what I'm doing now. So I make toppers there. I think I can do that. Let's look at it without the thing. Oh, way higher than that. So what I'll probably do, let me know what you guys think in the chat. So I'm going to probably throw a few buttresses. I don't know if it's buttress eye. Like you see that there that I'm looking on? That little singular stone spire that goes around? A couple of those around the interior courtyard. And then, excuse me, 5 spires going in the middle and then some hoppers on it, I think is what I'll do. And then I could start working on rooftops and interiors and that. I think that might be a start. And then we got to put a bottom on this because right now it looks like it's basically Howl's floating castle. If Couch sees me in real life, I'd be calling 911. I would too, man. If you see me where you are, it's because somebody is going to make a beheading video pretty soon with me. Abu. Excuse me. Yeah, have fun, Jack. Ryan made a lot of enemies on Twitter, always there to defend. Just have fun with it, man. These aren't even... Like, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Half these people that can't stand me, if they passed by me in the street, wouldn't even recognize me. Although they probably wouldn't, because I don't shop at Walmart. Actually, I do shop at Walmart. Never mind. Yeah, it's possible. I don't know. Their cans of beans are cheaper than the ones at Safeway, so whatever.
Exactly. Can't beat those prices.
Yeah. And now that I know Walmarts are getting rarer and rarer, they keep shutting them down.
Oh, only in certain cities, you know.
Yeah.
It's hard to stop theft in some places.
There's no way, by the way, people are that daft that they don't realize, wait, so you can't loot a store every 2 weeks and then they'll stay open? This is ridiculous.
This is racism.
I refuse to believe that.
Like, wait, like you stop, we're going to stop prosecuting petty theft. Like, and they left. I don't know why.
All right, so
It's so funny when I pop back in and like I have no context to what y'all are talking about. It's great.
Yeah. Well, half the time you're kind of lost anyway, so it's no different. The only difference is the language.
Oh, it's so hurtful.
Well, I'm not saying you're stupid. I'm just saying you're kind of like, not ignorant. What's like 50% of that? Like a kind, playful ignorance.
Yeah, neg for ignorant.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, the kind, playful ignorant.
Wistful, I guess.
Wistful. I like that. We'll go with that. Bless his heart. Exactly. Bless your heart, Marty.
Of course, like
my favorite term from the South.
Half the time, like the subjects we breach will get us like kicked off YouTube, so we gotta like be really abstract about it.
Yeah, actually, the one thing I am noticing, I don't think they care. Like, I think this whole fear of cancel culture thing, I don't think it's nearly as bad as people say.
Exactly, it's probably a lot of people are just playing it up most of the time.
That's what I'm noticing.
Or like asked for it and then like, oh my god, did you see this? They just canceled me.
Yeah, it's like death by cop. Shoot me! And then the cop shoots him. He's like, I can't believe the cops are shooting these guys.
Don't believe it.
Like, I can.
No.
Well,
maybe
it's because Marty had a brain injury like Torsha.
Oh no.
Oh.
Is it car accident?
I gotta admit, man, with that deep voice, Santiago, you sound savage as hell. Like, I know you're just goofing around, but yeah, it's just funny.
No, my savage days are behind me. I know the price of violence, and I'm not willing to pay it anymore.
You gave the torch to Mish, did you?
No, I mean actual violence.
Oh, actual violence.
Even during training, like it was during your Rule Zero stream.
Yeah.
Thor and I think you weren't on it, or were you? I forgot. Maybe. Doesn't matter. Like during the time I've been doing Krav Maga, even just our regular training, we've had spiral fractures, collarbone fractures, ruptured eardrums, bruised ribs. And this is just, and we're holding
just in training.
Back. It's just training, simple training, and even the stupidest moves can give you some.
Are you a bigger guy too, or no? Like over 200 pounds, kind of big?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I'm 110 in kilograms.
Kilos? Oh yeah, you're a big boy. I remember this because I usually weigh like 195 to 205 military about then. So they always lump with me the over 200 crowd, and dude, big guys are so awkward. It's so easy to get injured. I've had like crushed ribs before where it like hurt to breathe. I had to breathe shallow, and you couldn't sleep because then as you breathe when you sleep, it wakes you up from the pain. Oh man, yeah, your violent days are over.
No, but it's not even me. It's our trainer. Like my trainer is a younger guy, but he really gets into it. And we like in Krav Maga, you still get training from the actual guys who got training by the original creator of it.
Yeah.
So original Israeli military, active military guys who still practice everything on the front lines.
Oh, so you're trained by the Jews?
Yeah.
And?
We're actually trained by them, and our trainers are trained by them, and then we get training by them. So Krav Maga also depends a lot on your trainer. I would think every sport.
I can see that.
And he adapts it to our actual situations. And you need to be violent. We tone it down for training, but even then, it's like a stupid mistake and fuck.
So is Krav Maga more striking or holds or
what? It uses your natural reflexes and kind of to your own advantages, like what you would do as a reflex. Krav Maga modifies it a bit so it can be used as an actual defense or attack method.
Okay.
But it's a bit of everything.
Okay, so there's like some throws, like.
Oh my god, looks cool. Ain't that like what a lot of the Bourne Identity stuff was?
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of Krav Maga.
So Santiago, can you kill somebody with a book? That's the only question I want to know.
But you can kill somebody with everything, basically. It depends where you hit them.
Only if it's as thick as sanction, then you can definitely.
Yeah, 800 pounds. Just crack him over the head.
Same principle as ice skating. Ice skate blades, at least the regular ones, not the hockey
I'm
type,
Canadian, I know. Oh,
are blunt, but because of the pressure of your body weight on the ice, you're actually carving in the ice. And that's basically the same thing with everything. Apply enough pressure, you will do damage.
yeah, that, and it melts the ice just right underneath the skate a little bit, and then
Yeah,
it helps
because
create the channel. Yeah. Trust me, I know hockey science. We have to learn that in school.
It's physics, but
Oh, you're forced to.
Hockey
National.
science.
National, yeah. Part of the national education.
Physics. Get out of here with your stupid nerd talk.
You have a
Hockey science, sir.
You have a statue of Wayne Gretzky in front of the school.
yeah, well, I have my own damage this week. I got hit by a 3-phase net voltage, so amps. Luckily, it was only the 16 amp and not the 32 amp. So
I was gonna say,
Bit of a shock.
yeah, that's not anything like the old days where you would like pee on an electric fence to see if it was truly what the Stimpy episode said. It does. Don't do it.
no, I've seen it happen when I was taking night classes. I saw it happen to a guy, and yeah, he was out for 2 weeks.
I can see that.
Oh.
Imagine too, if you got like the vaccinations from COVID, your heart would just give out.
Well, it does depend on how the current travels through your body. If it passes your heart, yeah, you're fucking dead.
Yep.
Forget the hospital; it ain't gonna happen.
Well, that's something we had to do with the military when we were training to work with our equipment and doing a lot of the firefighting stuff. It was because your heart's on. Oh fuck, I remember. It was like you always have to grab everything with your right hand and left hand and keep your right hand in your pocket, or was it the other way? Which side's the heart on again? It's the right side, right?
No, left side.
Your left.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we were always trained to put when you're dealing with like plugging in the patch panel and stuff, you put your left hand in your pocket and use your right hand. And you're wearing your boots, but that way the idea is if a current eventually does go through you, at least it doesn't go through your heart side.
Oh, okay.
No idea if that matters. I'm pretty sure not because some of the antennas were like 1200 watts, so I'm pretty sure it'll roast you. Probably make you explode if it ever touches you, but whatever, it feels good.
Makes you feel better type of precautions.
Just like the man overboards. If you fall off, you're off, but at least this way you have a feeling that they're at least trying to help you.
But it depends. Like Thor survived, what was it 20,000 volts?
Oh my god!
Because he works on the power lines, he got hit by 20,000 volts and he survived. And other guys get charcoaled. So
made out of tough stuff. I did something kind of dumb yesterday, which is kind of like something I would have done in high school. But this guy that I work with, like his girlfriend or whatever had a 10 unit, and so he wanted to just hook it up and see whatever who was the tougher guy. And I was like, no. I was like, go on. So he kept on. I was like, whatever. I said, just put it on my neck. and so anyway, he's like, they pop it on right away. I was like, man, that's kind of good. Like, and he like hollers and like pops it off, but like it goes up to 8 and they had it on 6. It felt good because I have a lot of tension in my neck. But anyways, and so I was standing there and I looked like I was at a rock concert.
Greatest justification ever.
And so anyways, I was like bobbing my head like I was a hairband. And then they're like, you want to go up? And I was like, I do, but I don't want y'all to think me, I don't want y'all to see me looking retarded and video it or whatever.
Dude, there was like a Van Damme, or no, a Seagal movie that did that, where they were like cops. And the joke is they used to taser each other. Like, turn it up to 10. All right, then. And then Seagal was such a badass because he took it, but he hadn't act, so he'd like looking like he was trying to get tased. It was just like, phoning it in.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Seagal.
I just think it's funny. You basically have the premise of a Seagal movie as your life.
Wasn't there a Stallone one as well with that?
What's that?
I thought there was a Stallone movie as well. With,
Probably.
Popular trope.
I mean, it is. He does rip off everybody's stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised if Stallone did it first. Or that might have been from the one where he was like the professional break out of jail guy, and then they put him in a real jail for some reason.
Oh, the Rock? No, that wasn't the Rock.
No, it was with him. And the big one was like him and Schwarzenegger were together finally.
Yeah. I forgot what that.
It's like Escape from Super Traz. I don't know.
Escape Plan or something like that.
which it was like the same prison they put Nicolas Cage and Face Off in, except for it took him like a year to get out. Meanwhile, Nicolas Cage got out in like 15 minutes when he just decided, all right, I'm out. Give me that cigarette.
Madon, do you have a story with cattle prods, Ryan, from your farm days?
Yes. You guys know? Do you guys know what cattle prods look like? Like proper cattle prods with the big 6-volt, like the giant battery, and it's got like a stick to it and a thing. Yeah, that make. Well, my brother and I were fighting one day, and then he came at me because he was pissed. And naturally, when you're pissed at your brother, you have to kill him. So he came at me with like a hockey stick, and I didn't know what to do. So I grabbed the closest thing to me at the time, which was a cattle prod, and I cattle prodded him, and he screamed out. And then my mom freaked out and started chasing us, gonna kill us.
But isn't that also like, what was it, like 20,000 volts but low amperage?
I'd have to go check. I don't know. Whatever those batteries are. I know it's enough to make a 2,000-pound cow scream and jump in the air. So it doesn't tickle. I remember that. But then again, a hockey stick in the face doesn't tickle either. So
pretty bad in its own way.
Yeah. But we weren't the worst. My buddy and his brother, the one I told you about that was going to the Olympics, they used to be crazy. At one point, it was the funniest. They always tell this story as like, what were you guys like as kids? One day, they're both like 250, 300 pounds, right? So they're big boys. And one time they were goofing around, and then the one foot swept the other on the driveway, banged his head off the cement, grabbed a garden hose, wrapped it around his neck, stepped on the one side, and started reefing on the other. Yes. And I guess their mom had come home right at that time, and she's freaking out because all she sees is this giant hose like strangling her brother to death with like a knee on his neck. It was funny as hell.
Like a reenactment, some like action sequence.
Yeah, and then they go to pull her, and she goes to pull him apart, and they just giggle and run off like it's a Simpsons episode. It was pretty funny. Or we used to have we used to have like citywide games with the Christian youth group. And then at one point he was like, and he decided it was just like a big cat and mouse type game, right? You try to make it from one part of town to the other. And then all the East Indians in town, they were part of like what we call like the police. It was some like Roman Christian thing. And they would just drive around in minivans, and if they saw anybody from the group, they'd just get out and beat them up. Yes, this is our Christian games. And so these guys were so big, they just walked down the street together. They didn't care, and vans would pull up, 4 guys would pull out, get back in, get out. Until at one point, like 4 vans rolled up and like 15 of them. So then they start running away, and I guess this guy ran through a barbed wire fence to get away from him. Snapped the fence. He still to this day got like 4 stomach scars from it.
Oh my god.
And everybody asked him if he was okay because all they saw were these vicious wounds, and he laughed. He's like, idiots! It's like, it bought me time, and then he escapes. Yeah, it was like a rough childhood. So yeah, when you tell me about getting beat up with the Krav Maga, I'm like, I don't miss any of that. I hate ribs hurting. I hate when your joints hurt. I hate as a teenager when your feet hurt as you wake up, like all of that. I'm like, no, man. Hot showers for me. I'm done.
Well, yeah, I get it. My mother is from a farmer's family, so yeah.
Oh.
I'm not strange to the formal life.
I ain't about that life no more. The hell am I doing? Running out of ideas. Although we are at noon, so maybe we should go have lunch anyway.
Not just small dogs in the big city.
Exactly, dude. Small dogs are awesome.
Avocado
Worst case scenario, they can take out half a nail, but that's it. That was a big dog, dude. I could be missing a hand. I might have to. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna stop this one. I am gonna set it up though, Dave. If you're gonna keep going, I'm gonna raid you.
I'm probably not. I gotta.
Well, I'm gonna raid you anyway. At least you can have like one of them awesome spikes at the end of your thing.
Yeah. Come on in and give me a like.
Yeah.
Give the channel a like.
Send you guys over. There.
I don't know if like you're interested in like the next 2 weeks from now. I think it's the 12th. They're gonna have D4 is gonna have another one of their open like beta type things.
Wait, I'm losing you. What did you say?
A Diablo 4 is gonna have another open beta.
Oh yeah.
Like
I'll try if I can make it.
Well, I mean, I think it starts May 12th. If you wanted to do that on the Friday, it's not this weekend, but the next weekend. 12th or the 14th.
Give it a shot.
Be something
As
to
we'll
play.
see. I've done the stupid thing again where I load my schedule. So my girls ride to conquer cancer,
Oh,
and then I'm joining the D&D group with the DM with Rolo
Ooh,
and them.
nice.
So that'll be fun. I haven't done that since I was like 13.
Yeah, Dave. The new beta is for May 12th. The 12th of
May 12th through the 14th. They call it like their server slam.
Ooh, that's a nice name. Server Slam.
Well, I guess they're saying like, hey, we're not really going to do a lot of like balance changes. We just want you to, we just want to test our servers for release.
Oh, so they just want you guys to like try to break it, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Please
Interesting.
break our servers. They had another weekend. I think it's also kind of like advertising as well. For the game. It's already gone gold. I didn't play the beta for the first 2 times, so it's a pretty fun game.
Did it still have like the same Diablo and Diablo 2 vibes to it?
I mean it's updated, so I mean it doesn't quite have the Diablo 2 same Diablo 2 vibes. I mean it is. I think the game itself is kind of like an ARPG, like Diablo 2, but you can definitely tell like that it's not the same type of thing. So if like you go in expecting Diablo 2, you're definitely not gonna feel the same thing. But I think it's good in its own way. It has like some of those modern sensibilities where they don't like.
Oh, so it's like diverse?
No, well, more like in the gaming where like they don't like you to bog you down with a ton of inventory management.
Oh.
You know, they have like.
Which is too bad. That was kind of a fun part I found.
Yeah, they got rid of potions, so like you're not chugging. Tons
Yeah, we had to make that hard decision. What do I keep? What do I keep? What do I lose?
Yeah. Like they got free town portals. There's no book anymore, no scrolls of identification. I actually don't think you need to identify anything, from what I saw.
Well, that's good.
So it's a little bit smoother than it was before. In a way, I kind of miss some of the older stuff. Had a different feel.
Oh no, I have replies to tweets. Oh dear.
Oh no.
But hey, Ryan, what's for Saturday?
For me or for the Rule Zero?
For you.
Oh, I'll let you know.
Because most of the time you mentioned something at the end of your stream, and now you already rated Dave. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. I don't know. Well, the beauty of what I'm doing now is like as I'm writing the book, I just kind of like take that topic, put it into the Saturday one, and then put that into the Substack. So it's like 3 things for every piece of content. So I'll probably continue on that trend.
So it's not going to be the latest Crowder dispute breakdown?
It's like how much do you really want me to say? Like, don't talk to your wife like you're Myron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't do that for 2 hours, man.
Mm.
Without starting to talk about, well, the Jewish conspiracy, get Crowder, like, yeah.
The number 11 shows up 3 times in this.
Yeah. Maybe I could do that at the start.
No,
like I did with the one about the girl who was bitching her husband out during the baby review.
Oh, yeah,
like
exactly.
The first 2 minutes of that, and then I just go into, like, do the Rolo thing and just, I'm just going to talk about the book.
He did mention in the beginning, like, I set a boundary, like, but I don't know if it was a real boundary.
Yeah.
And if you have to say that you set a boundary, then are you really setting a boundary?
Clearly not.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Actually, now that you mention it, it might be a good time to go over Mutiny.
Oh.
The captain.
Yeah, it was a Rolo article, Mutiny, and Ultimate Cad talked about how he likes the father knows best model as opposed to the captain and first officer.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole dynamic there. I kind of struck it out of book 3 because it's really just a bunch of meta and it doesn't really help. Maybe I can go there. Thanks, Santiago. I got a topic now.
Maybe the red
Mutiny it will be.
Yeah. Who's ready for beef from 10 years ago with people you've never heard of? Let's get going.
Woo.
Well, that's your speciality.
What's old? What's old is new.
Yeah.
It's all a circle.
All right.
And besides, probably Crowder is gonna get covered a bit in Rule Zero, I guess. It often
Oh,
happens.
of course he is. Actually, I think Troy's doing this one, so he might not. Troy's kind of out of the loop on all this stuff. If it was
Yeah.
Rolo, we'd definitely be doing a Crowder,
I'm
a
sure.
Crowder hour.
I'm sure Sunday's gonna have something because I mean he also gets to talk about Candace Owens too, so gets to bring that in. So.
Jesus, running up and down the roller coaster of emotions. Gary one week, and then sad divorce Crowder the next.
Yeah, did anyone actually catch a bit of the stream from that?
I think everybody could have caught like a minute of it,
yeah,
maybe two.
As much as I could tolerate, which wasn't a lot.
Well, I saw the video pass by, and I was even hesitant to click it because I know, man, I'm just gonna be after a second or two, I'm gonna be leaving again.
I did like that white Tracy Morgan comment you made. Like, man, he does look like white Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, kind of sounds like him too. Just random non sequiturs, oblivious to the outside world. I'm like, geez, all he's missing is like the comedy special, or the charm, or the tracksuit.
Is that also a Twitter thing? Never heard of the guy.
Tracy Morgan? Yeah, he was on the show called 30 Rock, SNL.
Yeah, black comedian.
Yeah.
Maybe if I look him up and see his face, I'm gonna be like, oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. And his big thing is he likes sounding like a 75-year-old like senile black man, and that's like his gimmick. It's the weirdest thing. I guess he almost died. He made a special about that.
Jesus.
Oh boy. Yeah, my DMs are full of everybody's Steven Crowder. Did you know about this? Did you know about this?
Oh boy. Yeah, it's like if you don't want to know, you will know. So
that's why. Yeah, all you guys got to do is just get a decent social media presence. Everybody gets you caught up. You don't have to watch any of this shit. Awesome.
I guess on the downside though, if like you want to like, I'm gonna mute Crowder, like it won't work because a million people are gonna send you.
I tried that with Tate. It didn't work. I blocked everything to do with it, and everybody talking about it. I still found everything out.
But it's the same thing with kind of what happens to Rolo. Like, even if he doesn't want to talk about something because in his mind he has already covered something similar way back when. Yeah. He gets so many referrals from guys. Talk about this. Talk about this. He finally caves in. He's nice like that.
Yeah, too nice. I guess that is when, like, once you get into that topical like area, or like you kind of make that part of your thing.
Well, you draw in people that are drawn to topical content.
Yeah, which
of course they're going to be mouth breathing at whatever.
Which I mean is great for numbers. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I've come to kind of realize, like, not all numbers are created equal. Like, some numbers, like, some people are going to be good because they might buy a book because they like to read. And they will be pleasant in chat. And then some people just want to yell and scream. And, like, there's hate follows and all these ones. So not every follower is the same. And I'm finding...
Definitely not.
Yeah. Most followers are just dicks.
Yeah.
What I was surprised about is I've been watching Terrence Pop lately. It's funny as hell, man. The guys are funny as hell. I'm laughing my ass off.
Oh, is that his new one with him and was it Blaine?
No. Yeah. Blaine has been there for a while now. No. In general, I've been watching his channel because I'm on the road a lot.
Yeah.
And I suddenly noticed, like, he has on YouTube, just on YouTube, he has 132,000 subscribers, and I'm like, God damn it!
I should have
barely hit the guy,
crazy.
And he's so huge.
Yeah, he's been around for forever. Like, I remember he's one of the few MineOSphere books I've actually read from people that actually have a content. I still miss his old days where it was because Blake, that was it. Blake was. He was living in his basement because after the divorce, he was basically homeless. And then he just drew some whiteboards and part of his self-therapy was ranting about Whammon. And like, I remember that Terrence Pop. That one was fun. Like before he started doing the good Terrence and bad Pop shirts.
Oh yeah, but even then.
Yeah. Story of his ex-wife stabbing his dog and stuff. I was like, oh, dude.
Jesus.
But even then, you encounter some funny shit. Like, one of the guys on his channel had a short joke. What is a reversed exorcism? Do you have an idea?
No.
The devil telling the priester to get out of the child.
Yeah, but he's definitely has an interesting life. Like, he used to be a Golden Gloves boxer, Army Ranger. I think they dropped him in Panama even. So like that joke from Die Hard, like just like from Saigon, I was in Panama at the time, asshole. Like that was actually him. And I remember at one point everybody was making fun of him for being an old, out of shape man. So he did a video of just him benching like 350 or something for reps. And he was still wearing like his normal video clothes too. He didn't even change. He's like, "What have you done today, bitch?" Started laughing.
Oh yeah, the guy was professional military for like over 30 years. I mean, you don't lose that just overnight.
Yeah, and you could tell he was definitely in for that long because he has that whole "I've been screwed over multiple times by the system" vibe to him. That's how you can tell when there's a veteran. Veterans are like the least likely to cheerlead the military ever. It's like that ex-wife who was really good in bed, but you hated her.
Yeah, and even I didn't know this. Like Rollo also always talks about, we need about red pill fiction. We need new fiction, and then you find out, Pop has already written 2 books.
Yeah.
He's bringing out a third, and it's like nobody mentions that shit. It's like
Nobody even knows him anymore, which is crazy because that's how I knew about. I learned about Clary through Terrence when he was showing off Bachelor Pad Economics.
Yeah.
Him and what's the other guy? Fuck, why am I drawing a blank? He actually does like Playboy magazines. Fuck, I follow him on Twitter. I've talked to him. Why am I drawing a blank on his name? Am I getting that old?
Isn't one of the guys Troy often mentions as well?
Frank Servey, that's the guy.
Oh yeah, no. Vince mentions him as well, and Robin. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, it was funny because I remember this. I kind of knew of him, but I didn't know much of him. But then I was like, what would be great? All this red pill stuff. Somebody should do like a Playboy magazine minus all the stupid, like LGBT crap. And everybody's like, you mean like Frank does? And I'm like, what? They post a link. He's got like 15, 20 episodes. I'm like, God damn it.
If you think you were the first, you never are.
That's funny. Customers also bought books by Aaron Clary, Robert Glover, Myron Gaines.
Oh God, does that
look
sting
at that
little?
suit, dude? Look at him. This is like the least Myron-looking photo ever. This is like when he was working for Homeland Security. It's like the blue suit, blue tie, blue shirt. Why women deserve less?
I thought it was FBI.
I don't know, whatever. Something fed.
It's glowy.
Oh,
It's all a plot.
that's the only thing I cared about. I was like, I feel bad. This is the one place I have vanity. I always check like the book rankings. I never checked his. I beat out Tate's book. I almost beat out Peterson's there for a bit. That was
the order.
exciting.
Beyond order.
How are you doing against Rich?
1 sec. Oh yeah, eat a dick, Myron. Yes. I'm 16,000. He's 23,000. Eat all the dicks. Rich has probably got me crushed, man.
Nah.
We were joking around. We went boating one day, and he was talking about like how the book is doing, and I was like, "Oh, it's doing great." And I'm showing the numbers, and he's like, "Oh, it's not bad." He throws me his, and I was like, "Fuck." Like I was literally sitting there talking about my Kia Sorento when he pulls up in his fucking R8. Like, oh.
Yeah, he didn't have the McLaren back then.
Yeah, just the equivalent of like the order of magnitude difference between us. Oh! All right, praxeology is beating it now, though, so that's good.
All right.
Nice.
Hotter right now. Has that thing slowed down, or is it like on a curve, or is it just sort of steady?
Which, the book?
Yeah, the book.
Yeah, it's just it hits 3-month marks. This is where it kind of settles in.
Mm-hmm.
So the way it generally works is your first week is going to be a huge spike because that's where it's algorithm preferred, and then you'll get into the top lists or whatever. And then for the next 3 months, it kind of stabilizes at the top peak, like a lower peak, and then it drops to your consistent sales, and it basically flatlines at that level. Spiking if you get like, oh, you made the New York Times list, or Clary does a video on you or something like that. But generally the long tail will just keep at this steady rate.
All right. Oh.
Which I guess is the same for like video game development. Usually 90 days is where you get your first 50% of sales, and then over the next 5 years is where your other 50% come from.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, it depends. There was a Well, there's always outliners. Like
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077 had an outline because of their the release of the 10-episode anime that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
And Among
And
Us,
also because-
Among Us
yeah,
and Zomboid, like all those things were like
yeah.
not super popular at the launch, and then something happened, and they just like blew up.
Yeah.
Some
But it does
YouTuber.
do. I will say this though, man. Guys, the funnel guys were absolutely right. Like your branding matters more than your writing. Like I've noticed this now. A lot of guys talking about like self-publishing and like, yeah, I did maybe 50 copies and this, and it's like a PhD in something, or some like crazy sci-fi writer's done 10 books and they've all done this, and I'm just like, you guys may hate the clown show, but and then I'll throw my stuff out there and like, oh, I'm like, I'm not even good. There's guys that are really good.
It's all about the marketing.
Yeah.
Get it out there.
If Hillary Clinton can sell a book and she doesn't even read, you can sell a book.
Exactly.
Ooh, they've color coded it now, so each book gets its own colors.
Ooh. Each a category.
Yeah.
I enjoy
But that was the other thing that made me laugh too. So I look at it. So Fuck Files started in April. What year was it? February 2020. And then Praxeology came out December 2022. So it had a 2-year head start. And since December, I'm basically, what's like 3,500. It's basically halfway to overtaking Fuck Files already. And it'll probably beat it out by the summer.
Wow.
And that's just the difference in being a 10,000 follower account doing the first book, and then, getting Matt Walsh to call me a fatherless asshole on the second one.
Well,
So,
thanks, Matt.
take that for what you can use on it.
doesn't get your first book also get a new spike if you're with the second one after the second one comes out?
It does, a moderate spike, and you'll get another spike too if you do an audiobook afterwards. Like, this is just print. Audiobook.
Yeah.
But then when you release the audiobook, as long as you link it, it'll spike the paper one as well. So it's always, and it actually just kind of works out, because as I finish the book, I release it right away and then start working on the audiobook, which is perfect amount of time you need just to space it properly.
Right on.
Which is nice. It just sucks because for that 2 weeks you're yammering into a mic for 12 hours a day and your voice is just dead.
That does seem rough hard work to do those.
It's weird. Like you're told to worry about your voice going tinny. And I didn't know what that meant until it happened. Like, you literally lose, like, Dave, imagine your voice, and then the bass just slowly whittles away.
Okay, yeah. It's just getting
And
tired.
yeah, your throat's not scratchy, you're not tired. It's just you can no longer vibrate your larynx. I don't know how else to describe it. It's the weirdest thing. But yeah, and then you find out most guys just don't. Like, book never sells more than like a dozen copies, 100 copies, something like that, and it's just because most people don't write it, and then the people that do write it, most people don't market it. So this is like literally no competition. It's like everything else we've done here. Don't be Crowder with your wife. All you have to do is try, put in some effort, and stop being so proud, thinking you're too good to set rubber boundaries or something like that, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, Marty could have the book of like redneck wisdom. Call it Febreze, Story of a Man. Story of a Kentucky man with zombies. And it'll probably do well because he cracks some jokes on Twitter.
Just gotta
But
get
even then, some people never learn. Like right now, apparently they already had it filmed, and now Netflix is deciding to release the 3rd season of The Witcher that still has Henry Cavill in it.
Oh.
And there's a huge uprising because of it. Ooh,
So they're not happy because he still did the Cavill stuff, or they're mad now because he's gone?
I simply haven't checked it, man. I don't want to.
Fair enough.
Make my own decisions, but as far as I understand it, I think it's a boycott because of what they did to Henry Cavill.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah, people are mad. 'Cause I guess the writers outwardly stated that they didn't care about the source material, which is kind of
Yeah, and then he really cared, so they thought that was harassment or something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines.
It's so bizarre to see, like, even what they did that with the Halo franchise, like, openly
Really?
state they don't care about the video game, or like the people that wrote it said they never played. Like, what the heck is this?
Like what? Like what do you make the plot about then?
Like, I don't get like what they think, who they think the audience is that they're trying to appeal to, but I guess it never really matters to them. I'll just make my own. I'll just make my own story out of this. I'm like, okay, that seems, and it works. And it works out just about as well.
Isn't that the theme lately? Like, why does business need to make money? Like Gillette doing their thing, Budweiser. People are still buying it. I guess it doesn't really matter.
The old burgers comic. How does it sell burgers? Burgers.
Star Wars made $1 billion and nobody likes the movie. Like, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Maybe that Chinese market really is great and they can barely understand the terminology, so they're just like, yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah. He's Skywalker.
But then again,
hide the black guy quickly.
Yeah.
China might be so bad that even what we call woke and crap to them is good.
Well, it's kind of like the equivalent of people get those like Asian symbols tattooed on them, but they don't know what they mean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They just trust the tattoo artist to have like fluent Cantonese.
This means peace.
Yeah, they look it up on Google and they think it's right, and then it actually is something entirely different.
Dude, watching some of those Asian people wearing American shirts is hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Or it just says something ridiculous, so they're just wearing it.
Yeah. They just like how the shapes of the letters look.
Exactly.
Dude, those make me laugh so hard.
Could say like stupid asshole on, and they're just wearing it like, yeah.
Fat guys fuck.
Yeah.
And it's like a 6-year-old kid.
Exactly. It's like, what?
I love that stuff. Oh. Just about in Canada that's illegal to wear it now.
Aw. Damn it.
Actually, I joke. No, that's I told you about this, my latest rabbit hole. Apparently there's banned books in Canada that if Canada Post sees the title of the book as what's being sent to you, they're obliged to confiscate it under threat of law.
What?
Like
there's like 6 of them. I think Lolita is one of them.
Oh, wow.
And the Turner Diaries, which is like Red Dawn, but racist.
Okay.
Like a race war, and at the end of it or something. But apparently it's like Mein Kampf, which I've never read it, but I've heard for even people who read it out of morbid curiosity, like this book is it's like worse than Sanction. It was just a slog of a book to read.
Okay.
And so that's what I want to know. Like, are these books any good as books if you can get past the moral, subject matter? And I have a feeling they're all going to be like horrible slogs of books.
Lolita seems like it's more of a classic. Like, definitely
and then but now I just want it for the same reason that as a kid I wanted to download the Anarchist cookbook.
Yeah.
I don't want to make bombs. I just want to know I could.
Yeah. It's cool.
You guys didn't have your torrenting phase of your life?
I'm trying to think of what I torrented, but I don't think it was anything like that. I think it was just songs and video games.
It was still ADSL, so across the telephone lines, too expensive here.
Okay. Yeah, I would love that. You always had to get the forbidden knowledge. And the prawn only gets so far, then eventually you're like, no, I want the forbidden stuff. Give me the Anarchist cookbook. That sounds edgy. And then it just sits in a folder somewhere. You never even really read it. You're like, Okay. It was like when I left the military and like I talked to somebody who was smoking weed. I'm like, where did you find it? And I was like, yeah, F you, military. And then they made it legal. And I'm like, I'm over it.
Like your hippie phase.
It wasn't cool unless I was teaching dad a lesson.
Oh God, it's like, I see like Fetterman holding up like a 420 like weed sign. Like, man, weed has never been more uncool than it is now.
How did you guys ruin drugs?
when you got a congressman like holding it up, like, man, it's really gone. It's like your parents or something. Like, yeah. Weed's cool, right? Yes.
I'm rebelling against the family. I'm going to college. I'm going to college and finding Jesus.
Going to church. Screw this.
Bunch of Zoomers just sitting there at church wearing suits.
CM Punk actually did the straight edge thing. It's like,
Wait, really?
Yeah, that was one of his gimmicks was being straight edge because I guess wrestlers were well known for getting wasted all the time.
Yeah, and CM Punk. Of course, you got to do the exact opposite of what everybody else is doing.
It's one of his things.
I feel bad. I missed a lot of his stuff, so I only kind of see the highlights now. I missed his whole arc all the way up to that What's that moment called? The one
The
where he
pipe
went
bomb.
off like fourth wall?
The pipe bomb, yeah. This pipe bomb promo.
That's the one, yeah. I'm like, fuck, that would have been awesome to watch that live.
Yeah.
I would have put that up there with like the Macho Man and Hulk Hogan beef over Elizabeth.
Oh, I loved. It's his promo for WrestleMania 5 was still one of my all-time favorite promos.
Oh, dude!
Where he just turns like more and more red as it goes. I'm like, God dang!
I love those ones.
I
I watched. I love how they released those.
Yeah,
now.
I know.
Like, but I love too on the promos that you're watching the wrestling match where instead of a commercial break, it'd just be another promo from like Repo Man or something. Like, dude, the hype was real back in the day.
Exactly. Like when you hear the backstory too, and like when he says, "I hate your guts," like you gotta wonder, like, is there some truth to that? some of that beef. They always seem like on and off friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of feel bad that I learned so much about the back end stuff. I didn't realize how much everybody hated Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, it is kind of sad. Like he deserves quite a bit of it too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I totally take everybody else's side against Hulk on that. I'm like, damn it. It's like the Cosby Show. It's like, I liked the Cosby Show. Why did you have to drug all those girls?
Yeah.
Although I've grown more fond of Bret Hart the more I've learned about him.
Yeah.
And I really hate Goldberg now for giving him that concussion.
Exactly.
And of all the people too, like the hardest working company, like he's already lost his brother.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Keanu Reeves story where you find out that stuff, like his pregnant wife or whatever died in that car accident, Marilyn Manson's party. You're like, man, can't one asshole ever have a bad thing happen to him? Does it always have to be the nicest guys?
Yeah. Yeah, he had a lot of bad stuff happen to him, man. That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Especially have his career cut short when he's one of the best technical wrestlers of all time. Really sad. Goldberg, yeah. That's another guy, like, you think, like, oh, he's so awesome, he's undefeated. Then, like, everyone says, like, man, he was, like, a shitty wrestler. It was terrible. Like, we're just trying to carry him through the matches. He was so green. I guess he got better, like, as you know.
Yeah, but ideally you kind of want to train before you go pro, I suppose.
Yeah. That's always, like, the politicking where it's, like, the guys that are really good at wrestling, like, kind of get thrown down. And then, like, the guys that have the gimmicks kind of get, like, put up. And, like, if you just hit that right thing of popularity, everybody puts them behind you.
Although, and Brett's promos, too, Hart promos, they're actually better than people give them credit for. Like, even when after he retired, did you guys see that promo he did? Like, he was retired and he was just making fun of Ric Flair because he didn't have a Simpsons character and an action figure.
No, I didn't.
Oh, it was awesome. You're talking about your titles and all this stuff. What about this, huh? And he turns on the TV. It's like Bret Hart on The Simpsons. Goes, do you got one of those? He pulls out his action figure. Oh, that's right. You were never on The Simpsons. It's like the funniest thing ever. And it's just for no reason. All right. Anyways, I'm going to go have lunch. Yep. Enjoy the rest of your stream. I hope you guys that are sticking around, give Dave some love. Dude, if you haven't, throw him a subscribe. He needs that first 1,000, even if you're not going to watch him.
We got to get to 1,000.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The likes, too. Yeah, Cavill could be. I'm waiting to see what they do with that 40K. I'm kind of like, some people are like a little concerned. I'm sure like he'll do it well, but like what setting, what budget they're gonna put into it, that kind of stuff.
Or like, is it gonna be like the never-ending story where it's him telling a story?
Mm-hmm. From what
I don't know,
the initial rumors, like he's like they're trying to like tell like an Inquisitor story, where like Inquisitor's kind of going over like trying to like solve a mystery, like some sort of
like
demon.
A film noir.
Yeah, a little like more like undercover, rather than which might be better than like trying to like do like something like Horus Heresy or like some giant battle. You're gonna have to like do either like a ton of CGI, and there's like a really good chance it ends up being shitty.
But I like that though. Keep it small. I was almost thinking like your basic soldier. What do they call them again? The guys with the flashlights?
Imperial Guard, yeah.
Yeah, Guardsman. Like some random Imperial Guard guy who was just in a battle and a massacre, and he's like the last surviving guy. Where he's like he takes the audience through this whole big world of stuff.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Kind of like those disaster porn movies, like 2012 and that, where it's like somehow he manages to avoid death by. Oh wait, there's a character that was like that. Oh, what was his name? You might know who I'm talking about. He was an Imperium officer, and he tried to run away, but then he ended up scouting some army and phoned it in, and because of that, they ended up promoting him. But he's just like a coward. But now he's made out to be like this great hero.
Oh god, no,
but he's in too deep now, so now he just has to act like, and they give him all the most dangerous missions.
He's like, one of the like failing up type of characters. Like he always manages it somehow.
I wish I could remember who that was though, but it was like the funniest story to hear about him because he's like, he's just a coward, doesn't want to fight, but for some reason he just keeps accidentally get promoting upwards, and then because of like pure desperation, he does some stuff that actually gets like some major wins. It would almost remind me of, do you remember this movie from the I think it's like the late 80s, The Adventures of Baron Munchausen?
No, I don't remember that.
Dude, it's awesome. Uma Thurman was in it. I think she was like 16 or no, she just turned 18, and she has her boobs out in it.
Ooh. And
The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, about this guy that just makes up stories about how great he is and stuff, right? But it's Terry Gilliam, the guy who did Brazil, did it, if I'm not mistaken. So it's got that or Time Bandits, like that kind of vibe to it.
That's what I miss about those old things. You just random tits would just show up out of nowhere.
Oh, and it's like for all 88, Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Yeah, Eric Idle.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, it was Terry Gilliam. Yeah, Revenge of the... Well, that one's definitely not kid-friendly.
I saw it as a kid. It was funny as hell.
Well, that's true. But I mean, as a kid, R-rated didn't have a meaning to it. Like, nobody cared. Yeah, you want to go watch RoboCop, little boy? Go for it.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's like scarred for life. Like, oh, my God.
Scarred, if anything, we became more like, this is the greatest thing ever. Yeah. Violence is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Guys getting wasted. By the...
Oh, yeah, Robin Williams was in it, too. That's right.
Robin Williams was a RoboCop?
No, not in RoboCop. Adventures of Baron Munchausen.
Oh.
It's one of these movies that, like, I don't know why people don't watch these now. It's Time Bandits, Brazil, and The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. They're the Terry Gilliam ones, and they're really good.
Never heard of Baron Munchausen before.
Which is funny, because it's German, so you should know all about it.
Yeah, that's the same place, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the 40s, they mandatory education, right? No, but it's really good. It's got a lot of the same cast too. It's one of those movies that's just good, and as soon as you watch it, it's like, oh wow, you could never make this today. It's almost like the Avengers, Britain. That makes sense. Strongest man in the world. There was this guy with like big ears that had to hear with a cone, but he had like great lungs. I don't know, it's just one of those things. Oh, and it even has it too. More like this. Time Bandits, Brazil.
Well, let's check it out.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to, if you're into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, Time Bandits, I remember that as a kid when they kept pushing that kid's bedroom wall and they made it into a time machine. Freaked the 6-year-old me out, man.
By the way, Ron, I finally got your reference with the Morlocks and the Eloy.
Oh, now you understand what I'm talking about. That's good.
Yeah, but I forgot all about it, and then for whatever reason, YouTube suggested the Time Machine clips to me. I saw the movie, but I totally forgot about the two species of human that were developed after, what was it, like millions of years after the moon broke.
Yeah, that's the one.
I finally saw it. Oh, that was Ryan was referring to. It's like, God damn it.
I wonder how many people then hear me rambling and they just nod my head because they sound like very passionate about it, but don't understand the 30, 40-year-old references I make. Probably a lot of people.
It isn't that old. Like, there was a remake in the early 2000s of the Time Machine.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because like the earliest reference, I didn't know about that one. The only reference I remember was in The Simpsons where Homer was bungee jumping. He went down that hole. And could never escape the mole people, except for that way, and he bounced back up.
The original one is 1960 apparently, and then the second one was with Guy Pearce.
Yeah.
The remake.
Oh, that's right. See, it's funny. I only remembered the reference from the book, to be honest.
2002, and the original 1960.
Like I just recently, my girl put on the double header watching the remakes of the Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Was that,
was
did
that
that,
with,
did that have the Rock in it?
There was The
Yeah.
Rock, but then 4 years before, there was one with Brendan Fraser too.
Oh, wow.
So they
Yeah.
remade movies like back to back like that.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
think
funny,
The Rock
like I
was
never
the-
watched them. I always just knew it from the book.
Yeah, The Rock was the Back to the Center of the Earth 2, I think it was the second one.
Yeah. Back when The Rock's only character was always the stepdad who's trying to get good with the guys with the new family.
But all those action guys have that. It was like what was it again? The Tooth Fairy or the pacifier with Vin Diesel. Same
That one
thing.
too. They all basically ripped off Mr. Nanny by Hulk Hogan. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
Hulk was pioneering this stuff. Hulk Hogan with Santas with muscles, Suburban Commando, Mr. Nanny. He was really was like before his time.
Were those movies with him or?
Oh yes, dude. Hulk Hogan had tons of movies. There was Thunder in Paradise, that whole series. It was like Miami Vice with a speedboat mixed with some G.I. Joe.
Yeah. I love
these are like
Suburban Commando. Yeah, definitely.
There was Rip, R.I.P. That's where he played like a different wrestler who wasn't Hulk Hogan, and he had to fight Zeus. Tiny Zeus Lister, the guy from Friday. That's how they introduced him to the WWF at the time. It was pretty cool. It was kind of like the same plot as Rocky 3, but it was Hulk Hogan.
It was pretty funny back then. Like if you see some like the old promos, we'll be talking about like the movies, Hulk's movies, like during the matches. Hulk's part of Hollywood.
And Jesse the Body was technically the guy that was doing that first.
Yeah, of course he kind of fell out with the WWF afterwards.
I mean, he's falling out with the government now with his damn conspiracies.
Oh yeah. It was an inside job, man.
I'm sitting here clicking Time Bandit clips. I gotta stop. I gotta go have lunch.
Yeah.
Getting nostalgic, Ryan.
Dude, it's like, it's not even nostalgia. It's because I had so many older people that were film buffs around me that I'm like nostalgic for the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I wasn't even there for this. It's not even nostalgia. Like, I should go on a Bruce Lee marathon. It's like, dude, those came out in the 70s. Yeah, but still good times.
Exactly. Yeah, I get it. I had it with music. Like, most of my friends were 10, 15 years older than me. I grew up in the 90s, but I was a single-digit age kid back then.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody's blasting White Snake, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, no, with us, because I'm European, it's house music of the 90s.
Oh, jeez.
Of the after club scenes.
Wasn't that like, was like Orbital? Was Orbital 80s or was he 90s?
No, think of like Calvin Harris recently put out a new music with Ellie Goulding called Miracle. It's that type of music. It's like 90s back in the day.
Okay, I think I remember the ones. Like, yeah, and it was like Daft Punk wasn't even Daft Punk back then. I remember the age. I know it's weird. I'm like music. I'm horrible with movies. I'm way better. Trying though. Fuck! I'm clicking more stuff now. Damn you guys!
Oh, I gotta go too. It's 1 o'clock, so I'm gonna get some lunch.
No, Ryan, Daft Punk was created in 1993.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, but before then, all right, have fun.
We'll talk to you later.
Before they were Daft Punk, they had a different name.